human behavior because they have to manage those pet owners. Look, animals have been around for millions of years, right? They know how to handle nature.
Well, we don't.
We don't. We're the ones that can mix things up for them. So really, the veterinarian's advice is if you can, keep your pets inside during totality, keep their routine as basic and as common day to day, just as it was yesterday and just as it will be tomorrow. Keep the TV on. If you can close drapes, keep the drapes, you know, lights on inside, just so that they don't get exposed to any kind of massive anxiety, because that's a big deal for dogs, for cats, potentially for other animals that I don't have yet, but you know I love my fur babies.
She loves animals.
It's really just keeping them in the routine.
Yeah, she says every animal is cute.
That's it.
I agree.
How I feel.
I agree too. All right, folks, we're back in a moment. Stay with us with more of our special edition of GMA3 from Dallas.
All right, this is like the new chapter.
This is fire.
They not just sneakers. These sneakers tell stories.
We're these guys
Who want to reshape the culture of the game of golf.
From a black standpoint,
I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life.
Don't cry yet. Just hold on.
You talk about grails, well, this is ours, and this is our story.
This can actually change the game.
When we think of psychopaths, we often think about this Hannibal Lecter who commits serial murder.
Forgot my suit. My suit wasn't tailored in time.
But actually, that is one of the most rare types of psychopaths.
I'm sorry.
I'm a psychological criminologist training the next generation to learn how to probe the mind of a convicted murderer.
It really became more of an addiction.
The one constant is that need for power and control.
The lesson is murder.
Do we think he's a psychopath?
Now streaming only on Hulu. What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our combat operations center?
We're approaching the gate. Militants came in from different directions. Nuclear reactor. So you have a couple loaded and ready to go.
the house is destroyed, but the flag.
Not a tear in it.
How important it made to USA. Great work.
Hi. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ismael? David.
I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast. This is ABC News Live Prime.
Thanks so much for streaming with us.
Live reporting, breaking news, exclusives, award-winning, powerful, eye-opening. ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis, streaming weeknights.
Welcome back to a very special edition of GMA3, What You Need to Know, Eclipse Across America. Kicking off marathon ABC News team coverage of the stunning scientific event unfolding right now across the nation. Our teams across the country tracking it all. Millions getting a glimpse of history. A moment we won't see again until 2044. Another 20 years from now. It is now 1:30 on the East Coast. In just a short time, we will be able to see the beginning of this solar eclipse in Texas. Check out this map showing the path of totality. And guess who's in Texas? DeMarco and Dr. Jen are right there, ready to witness history. Hey, y'all.
Hey, we're missing you. We wish you were here, but you know, I got to tell you this evening, you may be too young to remember the show Dallas on TV, but we're giving JR and Sue Ellen vibes. But you love Miss Ellie too, right? Oh, the crowd agrees.
That's right, we are.
We're so excited to be here. Again, the last time Dallas was in the path of totality was back in 1878. So today is very special because the next time won't happen until 2317. So we are excited. We got our safety glasses on. And we're going to have some fun, Eva.
Oh, yeah, I am fully counting on the two of y'all to have a lot of fun. And ABC has correspondents from Mexico to Vermont. So let's go now to our very own Gio Benitez, who is in Indianapolis. Hey, Gio.
Hey there, Eva. Yeah, listen, I am at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway right now. No big deal, kind of on the track for the Indy 500. Take a look at all of the people there. They're in the stands right now, but apparently something, whoa! We We just had a car zoom by, but apparently at some point later today, something like 2:15, folks are going to end up right here on the tracks to watch that solar eclipse. Some 50,000 people here right now. They will be here today to watch the solar eclipse from every state in the country and from 34 different countries, all gathering right here. So it's unbelievable. Indianapolis, by the way, this weekend had sold out rooms at just about every single hotel. So it's a lot of excitement because just take a look. We are seeing a lot of clear skies right there, just very thin clouds. And DeMarco, I've been watching the weather there in Dallas, and I am hoping that you have clear weather too, my friend.
Oh, thank you. But the real question is, will you take a spin on that racetrack behind you? That's the question. We know Gio.
I'm trying to get in one of those cars. Let's go.
All right. Check him out. Gio, thank you very much. And just ahead on the special edition of GMA3, tracking the total eclipse of the sun, we're putting on our very special safety glasses. And we're going to take a trip back in history when we come back. Stay with us.
It's like any other day. Our friends invited us to come see one of their kids playing this Little League baseball game. And that was the last time I saw her.
Anyone who abducts a child,
you're probably twisted beyond untwisting. We have 8,300 leads in her case.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
People don't understand how you can keep fighting, but Morgan is worth fighting for.
Whenever news breaks.
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike.
ABC News Live everywhere.
Reporting from Jerusalem, from Uvalde, Texas.
On the 2024 campaign trail.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Wherever the story is,
we're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live, streaming free everywhere.
The Boy Scouts knew they had a problem.
Parents gave the Boy Scouts the most valuable thing they had, their children. And they told parents, you can trust us.
They're unbelievably heartbreaking stories. So many of them are haunted by who they would have become if this never happened to them.
This is about how to move from victim to survivor.
When the detective says he confessed to abusing, I no longer had to prove to people that I was abused. I was free.
Whenever news breaks.
The crushing families here in Poland.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
Reporting from Uvalde, Texas.
ABC News Live is right there everywhere.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike in Dnipro, Ukraine. Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
From Charleston, South Carolina, on the 2024 campaign trail.
From Kathmandu, Nepal.
In Truckee, California, covering record snowfall.
Traveling with the president in Mexico City.
Wherever the story.
Here at this airport in Tampa, it's already shut down.
Reporting from the nurses on the picket line.
Reporting from Jerusalem.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Streaming live to you.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is. We're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live, streaming free everywhere. America's #1 streaming news.
Brooke Shields, the most photographed woman in the world.
Iconic American beauty.
A sexualized child model.
Exploitation. Vulnerable. She was catapulted into the world of adult sexuality.
I'm amazed that I survived any of it.
What happened to her isn't really about her, it's just about women.
I was just born with this face. I wanted to think about the things that could have happened without beauty.
First thing in the morning.
There's a lot going on.
Yet another avalanche warning that's up.
To catch you up with what happened overnight. A dangerous ice storm is impacting the morning commute.
What's happening today? Escalating tensions in the Middle East.
What people are talking about. The migrant crisis.
Fast, straightforward.
With some fun in between.
How does billionaire sound?
Sounds good to me. The moose started chasing a dog.
First thing in the morning.
America This Morning.
America's #1 early morning news.
On ABC News Live.
excitement.
It is
just
electrifying, yeah.
Big time.
All right, folks, back now. And viewing the solar eclipse is welcomed as an exciting experience for people around the world, but it wasn't always viewed as a fun event.
No, it really was not. And those scientific displays bringing a rich tapestry of beliefs to life throughout the ages.
Let's take a look at how ancient cultures viewed and understood solar eclipses.
The solar eclipse, a celestial event that has captivated humanity since ancient times. It transcends mere astronomical phenomena.
Ancient cultures have had a long and storied love affair with solar eclipses, really for millennia.
Throughout history, cultures around the world have woven tales and rituals around this awe-inspiring spectacle, shaping our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it.
Some cultures thought about eclipses as animals devouring the sun. Others viewed it as an opportunity for connection, as if the sun and the moon were in this intimate dance.
Wanting to know more, these early civilizations started to study the sky and document what they saw.
We've seen recorded records of solar eclipses across the world.
Babylonians recorded what they saw on tablets written in cuneiform.
Many of the ancient civilizations, like the Babylonians, were interested in how the sun and the moon went through their cycles, and in fact, their calendars were based on lunar cycles.
Mayan scribes used complex hieroglyphics on parchment to chronicle their findings.
The Mayan culture, who had a lot of history and records and cultural connection to the sky, they were able to predict solar eclipses all the way out to July 1991, which is bananas.
The Chinese, too, diligently recorded solar eclipses in historical text. And in the 1980s, researchers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory used these records to make a surprising discovery. They meticulously analyzed accounts spanning nearly 4,000 years. And with remarkable precision, were able to pinpoint the rate at which the Earth's daily rotation has been slowing.
It was just an interesting way to connect historical records and folks looking up at the sky maybe before they understood every single specific detail, and how that is still helping us out today, literally in this century.
Through time, our understanding of the solar eclipse has grown from a rich tapestry of cultural beliefs to scientific inquiry, a testament to the enduring curiosity of humanity.
And so many still curious today. Some 5 million people have traveled across the country to witness this eclipse, including our very own Robin Roberts. She was there in Cleveland covering the stars on the court at the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, and now she is following the brightest star in the sky, the sun. She's in Cleveland with Whit Johnson at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Robin, I have to say, go Gamecocks.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Because, full disclosure, that was the reason why I came to town, was for the big game between South Carolina and Iowa. It wasn't lost on me, of course, about the eclipse. I'm a newbie. I've never witnessed it before. I couldn't think of someone better to witness it with for the first time, because this is far from being your first rodeo.
This is my second. I can't wait. I'm very happy to experience this with you. Robin, I got to tell you, we're going to go through the whole play-by-play.
Give me play-by-play?
We'll give you the science, the corona, the Bailey's beads, the prominences, all of that stuff. We'll get through it. But also, one of the things I'm really excited about this time that's different from when I saw it in 2017 is we're in a heightened period of solar activity.
Yes.
So we'll have this vibrant corona. We'll have these other features that we couldn't see before. Plus, it's the experience that you have with all the people around you, millions across the country, all sharing this moment at the same time.
And if it's in your neighborhood, you should go see it, because when was the last time it was here?
1806 was the last time in Cleveland. The next time is 2099. I don't think any of us are going to see that day. Well, maybe.
So it's, maybe you, son. But truly, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And, I mean, the music, the people, it is an experience. I'm so glad. Can I just say I'm so proud of ABC?
Yes.
When I look to see how all of us are rallying around, and it's that time that, it just brings everybody together all across
It is this
the
moment
nation.
of unity.
It is. And the unity continues there in Big D with DeMarco and Dr. Jen.
Oh, Robin. love it. And Whit, you guys are having a blast. I'm a newbie just like Robin said.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So
Same.
this is the first time for me.
And we can already start to see it here in Dallas. It's so exciting.
Which is pretty cool. And guys, you know, something about the moon shadow, you know, it makes it something special and perfect for romance. And it wouldn't be GMA3 without a surprise proposal with it. All right, you're going to stick around for this one. We'll be right back after this.
All right, put them on.
My mission was to go inside the KKK for the FBI.
There's a white day coming in the United States.
I can't quit. That's not an option.
Grand Nighthawk, infiltrating the KKK. Now streaming only on Hulu.
Brooke Shields, the most photographed woman in the world.
Iconic American beauty. A sexualized child model.
Exploitation. Vulnerable. She was catapulted into the world of adult sexuality.
I'm amazed that I survived any of it.
What happened to her isn't really about her, it's just about women.
I was just born with this face. I wanted to think about the things that could have happened without beauty.
It's like any other day. Our friends invited us to come see one of their kids playing this Little League baseball game. And that was the last time I saw her.
Anyone who abducts a child, you're probably twisted beyond untwisting. We have 8,300 leads in her case. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
People don't understand how you can keep fighting, but Morgan is worth fighting for.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
An operation to capture ISIS fighters.
Is this our combat operations center?
We're approaching the gate now. Militants came in from 4 or 5 different directions.
Operational nuclear reactor.
So you have a couple loaded and ready to go. The house is destroyed, but the flag, there's not a tear in it.
Not a tear in it.
How important is this label right here, Made in the USA? Look at your smile. You're proud of this.
I love it.
Great work. Hi. Where are you? Where are you?
Appreciate you.
Thank you. David, good to meet you. Ismail? David.
David.
Yes, yes. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast. This is America's #1 streaming news. ABC News Live. Breaking news, exclusives, live reporting across the globe. ABC News Live. Streaming free everywhere.
I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot without ever having a chance to share my side of the story.
It's lunchtime in America, so what are we serving up?
Well, how about everything you need to know?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
Give it to me. Your health, your money, breaking news, pop culture, with the biggest stars, music, trends, and of course, good food. GMA 3, what you need to know. A third hour of GMA in the afternoon.
So join us, afternoons.
For everything you need to know. I love that.
Wherever news breaks, it's so important to always remember that lives are changed. Getting you behind the stories as they happen. ABC News Live Prime. We'll take you there.
Streaming free on ABC News Live.
Welcome back to GMA3. DeMarco and Dr. Jen are at the Dallas Arboretum and Botanical Garden. They are there with over 7,000 people, all to see the eclipse today. Y'all look like you're having so much fun.
Oh, Eva, we're having so much fun, too much fun.
Yeah.
And it's actually already started.
You can start to see it, Eva, about a little sliver when we look up with our glasses on.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Which is so cool. And Eva, you mentioned that people traveled far and wide to experience this historic event, including Gabriel and his girlfriend, Lorraine, who came here all the way from Chino, California.
This
welcome.
is so nice of you to be our real live viewer question today.
Yeah.
So, Gabriel, first of all, why was the eclipse so important for you guys to come all that way?
Well, we're really big into space exploration, and since we didn't get to see the 2017 eclipse, we had to make it to this special event, and so we're so very excited to see it.
Nice. And what about you, Lorraine?
Same reasons. He got me into space and just had to be here.
Oh, he got you into space.
Yeah.
Ah, that's how you wheeled her in. I like that. Gotta love this love here. Well, you know what, Lorraine? You think you're here for all of this, but there is something special that's about to happen. Gabriel, take it away.
Lorraine. Lorraine Rodriguez, my sunshine, always radiating my life with positivity. And I, your humble reflection, your moonlight, shine right back at you to help you enjoy the world in new light. Today, as the sun and the moon begin their union as one, I ask that you and I follow their lead. And you become my eternal sunshine, and I, your forever moonlight. Will you marry me?
Oh my.
You nailed that, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh my God, she's in tears.
God. I'm shaking.
Here, use my sleeve. It's not the first time.
Oh my God.
All right, well, we have, you know, an engagement wouldn't be an engagement without a little gift. So we had a little something made for you. You know, we're very clever here at GMA3. It's a total eclipse of your heart. Congratulations.
That is so
guys.
sweet. You know, we're not done because, you know, we like to give out surprises and make sure that you're good. But get ready to take an unforgettable honeymoon at Aulani. That's a Disney resort and spa in Ko'olina, Hawaii. Gabriel, Lorraine, that's just for you guys. And it's on us.
That's amazing.
So what do you think about that?
My mind is blown. I can't.
Oh, you can't stop crying.
No. Oh, wow.
Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank
We
you
appreciate it.
Wow,
Eva, I'm not sure if you can top that one.
I designed something.
I want to know what our viewer question was. Congratulations to Gabriel and Lorraine. Enjoy your honeymoon at the Aulani Resort, which celebrates Hawaiian culture with remarkable service and enchanting experiences. The calm of Hawaii meets the fun of Disney. Discover Aulani Time. Celebrate culture at this award-winning Disney resort. And up next here, when we come back, a special preview from ABC News anchors David Muir and Lindsay Davis standing by to lead our special coverage of this unforgettable event.
You got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
You just remember what your old pal said, boy. You got a friend in me.
Cada momento en Pixar Fest es una celebración de la amistad y mucho más. Solo en Disneyland Resort, del 26 de abril al 4 de agosto. Ahora los residentes del sur de California pueden visitar el Disneyland Resort con un boleto especial de tiempo limitado.
Shields, the most photographed woman in the world.
Iconic American beauty.
A sexualized child model.
Exploitation. Vulnerable. She was catapulted into the world of adult sexuality.
I'm amazed that I survived any of it.
What happened to her isn't really about her, it's just about women.
I was just born with this faith. I wanted to think about the things that could have happened without beauty.
It's lunchtime in America, so what are we serving up?
Well, how about everything you need to know?
That sounds pretty good.
Your health, your money, breaking news, music, and of course, good food. A third hour of GMA in the afternoon.
So join us, afternoons.
For everything you need to know.
I love that.
Reporting from Iowa on the 2024 campaign trail, I'm Mary Alice Parks. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there. You're watching ABC News Live.
This is ABC News Live Prime.
Thanks so much for streaming with us.
Live reporting, breaking news, exclusives, award-winning, powerful, eye-opening. ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis, streaming weeknights.
I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot without ever having a chance to share my side of the story.
Something's coming.
Something powerful.
Something suspect.
Something sexy.
Something amazing.
Everything I need is right here.
Community.
Family danger. Murder.
This world has so much to offer.
Are you ready?
Wow!
You can have it all with the Disney Bundle.
My mission was to go inside the KKK for the FBI.
There's a white day coming in the United States.
I can't quit. That's not an option. Grand Nighthawk, infiltrating the KKK. Now streaming only on Hulu.
This is ABC News Live.
The crush of families.
On the ground in Ukraine.
ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Anytime, anywhere. Streaming 24/7, straight to you for free.
Thank you for making ABC News Live America's #1 streaming news.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Welcome back to GMA3. We are now moments away from the start of ABC's Eclipse Across America. Let's go to Burlington, Vermont, where our own David Muir and Lindsay Davis are standing by with a front row seat to Totality. And David, I know this is not your first eclipse. You were in South Carolina for the last one. So kind of walk people through what they can expect to experience based on what you remember.
Yeah, not my first rodeo, Eva. We're here in Burlington, Vermont on beautiful Lake Champlain. Lindsay and me here to usher this in. And, you know, we were so nervous about the forecast, Eva, as you know, but we have beautiful blue skies here in Burlington. We're really going to see something spectacular this afternoon. Here's the big difference, Eva. You know, 7 years ago, this went across the country, cut a path across the country from Oregon, I believe, all the way over to South Carolina, where we were. This is going to cover 15 states. The path is going to be wider because the moon is actually closer to the Earth this time around, so the shadow actually cast on Earth is going to be wider. And so people are going to be in totality for a longer period of time, up to 4 minutes, 30 seconds, which when it happens is an extraordinary amount of time to actually go through that. And Lindsay was making fun of me before we came on here, but I kind of dig these, right?
Yes,
right?
Very cool.
Super serious. We're going to be talking about this as you have, Eva, because it's so important to keep people safe. These are thousands of times darker than your typical sunglasses, and with good reason, because the retina in your eye doesn't sense pain. You don't know the damage until long afterwards. So definitely, if you're out there with your family today, put on those funky-looking glasses. You'll look like the rest of us.
Do not look directly at the sun.
Yeah, those glasses actually look very cool, the ones that you guys have. And Lindsay, we heard David mention that Vermont is one of 15 states in the path of totality. So I'm curious, just how excited are people there about what they're going to witness today?
people are coming in throngs. People were getting here hours early, lining up. They had their coolers, their folding chairs, their blankets. And this is actually my first time. I'm a newbie, so I am counting my lucky stars that I am here with an Eclipse Pro right here. So David's going to kind of walk me through. Okay. He's going to walk me through the Corona. We saw just a moment ago that proposal, the diamond ring. So there was the diamond ring in the sky, yes. The diamond ring there in Dallas as well. But I have to tell you about this couple that I met this morning at breakfast, Marianne and Larry McDonald, who they came from Detroit, where Detroit is actually going to have 99% coverage, but they said that's not good enough. And so they flew here to Burlington, Vermont. People had their T-shirts, Blackout Burlington, and, you know, they are going, this is actually their third eclipse, they're going to Luxor, Egypt in 2027. So people are really so serious about it. I'm excited. The palpable is energy, and I feel like this is something, as I've read before, you have to experience rather than just see. So I'm ready to experience.
No question. And if you don't, here's the other extraordinary thing about today. It's so rare that we get these collective moments in this country to feel, to sense something together. 99% of Americans will feel this today. So if you're not in the path of totality, 99% of us will still see at least a partial eclipse. So everybody can take part, Eva. That's the coolest thing about this today.
So super cool. And our friends in Dallas, DeMarco and Dr. Jen, also getting to be a part of it. Hey, guys.
All right, Eva, good to see you again. Let's check in now with our friend in Southern Texas. You know her, ABC's Medea Villarreal. That's where the U.S. will see the first glimpse of the eclipse there. Medea, what you got for us?
DeMarco, bienvenidos a Del Rio. Let me just tell you, it is a party here. We already have the high school band coming out. On top of that, I have a girl gang with me on this one. These beautiful women representing this community, seeing the eclipse for the first time ever here in Del Rio. Leslie, we talked earlier. How excited are you for this day?
I'm very excited for this day.
What does this mean to Del Rio to have this here?
It's very memorable for Del Rio. It's a very exciting experience for Del Rio to have.
Have you already taken a look? Is it?
I have taken a look. Have y'all?
I love that she has invited us to. We already can see. I mean, listen, there's a little bit of overcast here right now. It's a bit cloudy, but let me tell you, as the wind continues to pick up, we are catching glimpses of the eclipse already. People can't stop smiling here. Guys, it is so amazing. They're giving an eclipse away today. So back to you. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you. You got the best seat in the house as well. Medea, good to see you and good to see all of our friends out there. And thanks for watching GMA3 and this lovely couple here. Again, congratulations to Lorraine and Gabriel. You guys get everybody's hearts melting today. We appreciate it, and the best of luck again. And that is what you need to know for this special edition of GMA3 as we begin a remarkable journey together. I'm DeMarco Morgan here in Dallas.
And I'm Dr. Jen Ashton. And I'm Eva Pilgrim in Times Square. We are just getting started here on ABC. Stay with us. Our special coverage, Eclipse Across America, starts right now.
Good afternoon and welcome to the ABC News National Geographic special event, the Eclipse Across America. I'm David Muir.
And I'm Lindsay Davis. We are here to chase the sun for this eclipse across 15 states. We're at one of the final spots in the U.S., beautiful Lake Champlain in Burlington, Vermont. Look at that view. And it's all set to begin just south of the border. Let's take a live look now off the coast of Mazatlan, Mexico, where in just a few moments we will see the beginning of a total solar eclipse.
Look at that extraordinary live shot, Lindsay. We're already seeing the partial eclipse, the moon crossing between the sun and the earth. We're going to track this right here with all of you at home until it reaches totality and then makes its way right across the U.S. from Texas all the way up to Maine. The countdown to the eclipse across America starts right now.
This is an ABC News National Geographic special event. The cosmos aligning in a rare wonder, a total solar eclipse.
We're glowing in the dark.
For the first time this decade, from Texas to Maine, a breathtaking sight across America. The moon passing between the Earth and Sun, carving a more than 2,000-mile path of totality and casting a spectacular shadow of darkness across 15 states. Our team is live across the country at every stop along the way. The science, the celebrations, the marvel.
We're glowing in the
You'll see it all unfold right here. It's time for the total solar eclipse across America. Reporting now from Burlington, Vermont, David Moore and Lindsay Davis.
Good afternoon from Burlington, Vermont, where we are just moments away from the start of what is sure to be a magnificent spectacle in the sky, the eclipse across America, a total solar eclipse stretching from Texas clear across to Maine. 15 states, more than 31 million Americans living in the path of totality.
Millions more traveling from their homes to be here today, sharing in this event together. We're looking live at Mazatlan, Mexico, and the partial eclipse already underway there.
Really incredible. Our ABC News team fanned out across the country along the path of totality, following this eclipse every step of the way from Texas all the way up through 15 states, right here in Burlington, Vermont, before it crosses into Maine and then the eastern part of Canada. Our partners at National Geographic right here with us, too, bringing us the science, the celebrations, the wonder, and what they hope this celestial event will teach us all about our universe.
And to make sure we don't miss a thing, we want to see your pictures and videos on social media. Just use the hashtag Eclipse Across America. And we want to also make sure that you view this eclipse safely. You'll need specially designed glasses. There they are, very Men in Black,
Yeah,
very
you like
debonair.
those?
I
You
like
like
that,
those?
very cool.
I can't see a thing, which is the point.
Right, exactly, unless you're looking at the sun. But looking directly at the sun can cause permanent damage. So very important, you must keep your glasses on, with one exception. It is safe to remove them during 100% totality. And if you don't have those special glasses, you might have a few items right in your kitchen, right at home, that can protect your eyes, and we'll explain all that coming up.
We just want to keep everybody safe out there and enjoy
Most
this
important.
together. There are, of course, celebrations all across the country today. In fact, we are right there with more than 300 couples in Russellville, Arkansas, as they get ready to tie the knot in the shadow of darkness. Really, everyone across the country finding their own special way to mark what many describe as a life-changing experience. And who better to start this whole thing off than Robin Roberts? She's at the midway point, just past the midway point, once this begins to race across the U.S. She's in Cleveland, Ohio at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How's it looking, Robin?
Hey, David and Lindsay. Yes, right outside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they've got a soundtrack going right now. It's a celestial soundtrack. We've heard Aquarius, among other songs like that. But okay, as I said, full disclosure, I was in town for that little bitty basketball game that was played between South Carolina
I think
and
we
Iowa.
yeah.
Huge game, right? And so, thank you for letting me crash your party. I was going to go to the airport, and Whit Johnson, who has witnessed eclipses before, he's like, what are you doing? You got to stay in town. And I'm so glad that I did. The excitement that you
over
feel.
here.
Oh, my, there's Whit. He's among the crowd. He's working it. And I'm telling you, it is, because it's like you all were alluding to earlier, both of you. Unity, something to bring us all together, the celebration, the way that people are feeling about this. And the last time here in Cleveland, 1806. Last time was 1806. So no way I and all these others were going to miss it, David and Lindsay.
We are so glad you're a part of this, Robin, and Whit, who's back right behind you there, and I know he's going to join you in that moment of totality. And the incredible thing, Robin and Lindsay, about this is that 99% of the country will feel this. Even if you're not in the path of totality, where it'll go into complete darkness, just about everybody in this country will see at least a partial eclipse. And so we know what's going to happen here, but the question is, how does it happen, this cosmic alignment, the moon perfectly positioned between the sun and the earth? As you're about to see, the timing is everything.
We are about to witness a total solar eclipse. But why does it happen, and why is it so rare? Here's the science behind it. The Earth rotates on its axis, making a full turn every 24 hours. The moon circles the Earth every 31 days. And the Earth and the moon rotate around the sun every 365 days. By cosmic coincidence, the sun is about 400 times larger than the moon, and it's also 400 times farther away, making the two appear the same size in our sky from right here on Earth. It's also why the moon completely covers the sun when their orbits intersect. A total solar eclipse happens only during a new moon, and when the moon moves directly between the Earth and the sun in perfect alignment. The sky will darken as if it were dawn or dusk, and you'll only be able to see the sun's outer atmosphere, the corona. The eclipse casting a shadow as it races across Earth, and today across 15 states. It's known as the path of totality. Temperatures in some places within that path could drop by about 10 degrees. And that's not all.
Animals will respond in all kinds of ways. My favorite is bats generally come out searching for food because they think it's night. Birds will go to roost. Even some animals at zoos will go back to their enclosures because they think it's the end of the day.
A total solar eclipse occurs about every 18 months, but typically we don't see it because 70% of the Earth's surface is water. So it usually happens over our vast oceans or remote areas of other countries. Here in the U.S., we won't see another total solar eclipse for another 20 years.
It's really exciting. You can see the clock right there at the lower corner of your screen. 33 seconds, so let's get right to Mazatlan, Mexico. About 30 seconds away from our first totality. Matt Rivers is there at the beach party. I can hear it in our ear already. Hey, Matt.
And you can hear it, David. You can hear it, Lindsay. Everybody's very excited. Let me just look up here myself. There's just a few seconds left before full totality here. We're on the beach in Mazatlan, Mexico, in the state of Sinaloa. This is what you guys are going to see very soon. And there it is, complete totality here in, wow. I've never seen anything like this before. This is my first total eclipse. It is truly stunning. It takes a lot to stun me, I'll be honest. And this is just truly remarkable. I'm joined by thousands and thousands of Americans who have come down here to the Pacific coast in Mexico to be some of the first people in mainland North America to see all of this. Just want to bring you over to some of those Americans who came down here. Hey guys, can we talk to you real quick? Amy, tell me what, this is Amy from New Jersey.
It's amazing, amazingly beautiful, once in a lifetime, beautiful.
You sound emotional.
Tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
And you're here with your family.
My loves of my life.
That's amazing. Well, I'm so glad that we could share this moment with you. What's your take on this? I mean, it's just incredible, no?
I will go see every single one I can.
That's amazing. Well, enjoy. I don't want to interrupt the moment. Have an amazing time. Truly, David and Lindsay, I mean, the joy on people's faces in this kind of an event is something that it's just a welcome sight in this day and age, isn't it? Tanya, tell me what you're thinking. This is Tanya from Minnesota. Tanya?
Hi, it's incredible. It's the sun, the sky. It's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And this white light, it's like...
You've never seen something like this before.
It's like heaven is calling down. It's amazing.
This is your mom here next to you.
This is my mom.
Cynthia, tell me what you're thinking.
It's another Mazatlan sunset. We get two in one day. It's just beautiful.
And to share this moment with your daughter?
Pretty special.
Aww.
She's pretty
special.
special.
Place, special event, special person.
Yeah.
So great. And we'll just go down the line here, David and Lindsay. Last interview here. Tell me what you guys are thinking.
This is the most incredible thing. I don't even know what I was expecting, but I think this was even more remarkable than what I was expecting.
Awesome doesn't even begin to describe it.
Have you seen something like this before?
I'm almost 69 years old. This is my first total solar eclipse. It's unbelievable. I mean, I never would have believed this. It's
amazing.
Incredible.
This is
How about you?
Bienvenidos a Mexico. This is amazing for me as well. This is incredible, isn't it? So this is my first one. So David and Lindsay, I mean, you can just see this is such a unique, incredible experience, and this is what you guys are going to be seeing, and what the rest of the United States is going to be seeing over the next, hour, 2 hours or so. This is the first spot in mainland North America where this totality can be seen, and the anticipation, the build-up to bring us to this moment, it's truly stunning.
Let's ask you a couple quick questions if we can, Matt. It's so moving to hear you talk with the folks down there, some of them tearful.
Amy from New Jersey.
Right? Wasn't that just an incredible moment? And the man who said, I'm 69 years old, have never seen anything like this. We should mention Matt took off his glasses, as you can, during just that portion that's the actual total eclipse. And if it feels like this is longer than a few years back, it is. Some of these moments are 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes long. Mexico is seeing one of the longest moments of totality. And Matt, I couldn't help but to notice the diamond ring effect at the very end there, sort of the corona around the sun and that splash of light just before it went into totality.
Yep. It's just incredible to see. And the amazing thing is that this is a part of Mexico where you do see tourists come down, but it's not Cancun. It's not Puerto Vallarta. It's not Cabo San Lucas. And yet to see so many people here, and it's not just Americans, David and Lindsay. I mean, we've spoke to people from China who came all the way here. We spoke to people from the United Kingdom. I think there's this shared sentiment that to be a part of something like this is really to just be a part of a shared humanity that we all have. How often do we get to be a part of something like this that everyone sort of feels the same way? It's a joyous event. It's something we can all take part in. And
there's this sense of being first. You know, I'm not going to lie. I feel very lucky to have gotten this assignment because we can be some of the first people to see this. And I have never seen, I mean, listen, as far as assignments go, this one's not a tough one, you know, and especially on the foreign side of things. You know, David and Lindsay, going around the world, you see a lot of things, you do a lot of things. They're not always happy things, and this is really a privilege to be a part of this.
Kind of a plum assignment, and you might want to, with just 5 seconds left, put your glasses back on. But one thing that I was noticing, Matt, right behind you, is that 360-degree sunset that we're seeing. When I know you're looking up, but when you look around to the sides, what does that look like?
Yeah, let's show you. If we look around, David, my photographer here, you can see all these people to the right here. And then, David, let's show the beach to the left. You can see thousands of people, and you just get this weird, eerie sense as Totality ends here. The sun slowly coming back. Some birds now flying. They had totally stopped there for a few minutes. Here are a couple people clapping. Just thousands of people enjoying this moment, being here together. And, you know, what do you think? Was it worth it, Amy?
Oh, my God, every day. I'm asking her, absolutely.
So would you do this again for the next one?
Absolutely. They're coming to compare with the real thing.
Amazing. Well, listen, guys, that's the sentiment. I think it's a pretty much 5 out of 5 stars here for the Google review later on down the road.
Yeah, no question about that. Matt Rivers, you were first. You were first at the Eclipse of 2024. The Eclipse Across America will soon cross right over the border from Mexico into the U.S. starting 2:28 Eastern Time in Del Rio, Texas. You'll see the countdown lower left corner, as I mentioned earlier. You can track that. Follow me right here on the map. At 2:40 Eastern, we move from Del Rio to Dallas, the largest city in the path of Totality. So many large cities this time around. From there, it moves across to Oklahoma, to Russellville, Arkansas, where those couples will soon get married. The path of Totality wider than the eclipse back in 2017, and it covers many more populated areas, millions more Americans in the path this time. The path is about 108 to 122 miles wide, an extraordinary view of this.
And of course, the big question right now that's been on our minds, I've been looking for several weeks, 10 days in advance, as early as I could start seeing the weather. Will it cooperate and hold up along the path of Totality? Let's get right to our chief meteorologist, Ginger Z, who's in Carbondale, Illinois, with the forecast. And Ginger, I know 7 years ago, Carbondale actually got cheated a bit by the cloud cover, but do they have a chance, this rare chance at a repeat? Obviously, we know typically the same area only gets this experience one time in every 375 years. But Carbondale defying the odds. How are we looking there today?
Yes, Lindsay, I heard the woman earlier in Mexico say that it was like heaven coming down. I think somebody's looking out for a lot of us because even in Mazatlan, they should have had more clouds, and that is great. The forecast has been iffy for a lot of places, but just look behind me as you see the blue skies, a few high clouds, and a sign that says, once in a lifetime, again. About every 400 years, you mentioned it, places on a map get a total solar eclipse, but here they get their second try. A quick look at what the forecast is along the path of Totality, because there is a lot of sunshine to come. There are more clouds as storms are trying to build from South Texas on north. But once you get into Arkansas, the Ozarks there, into parts of southern Illinois, Indianapolis, all the way to Cleveland, who had a rough start of the day, they have cleared out a lot of those clouds. Up around Niagara, we do have more clouds than we'd like to see, and you all will start to see some increasing high clouds, but still should be good. And then finally, still, I mean, talk about 10 days, Lindsay, this is a power to meteorology and science. We've known for a long time that New England was looking good, and it looks like you will have quite the show. I am so looking forward to science shining in this gorgeous sun above us.
And Ginger, I know that physically you're in Carbondale, but I'd imagine as a scientist yourself, you really are in heaven at this moment.
Exactly. I'm in heaven, and the only thing I wish was having my kids. They were so envious that I got to do this, but I made sure they know, get those glasses on, because they're going to see quite a show, too, in New York.
Yeah, they're going to see a show, too. And we mentioned this earlier, Ginger. 99% of Americans will see some portion of this today. But as you mentioned, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, so many cities on the East Coast are going to be part of this path. And we saw that giant crowd around Ginger and Carbondale. They're going to see it for a second time, as you pointed out. That's incredible. And we'll come back to Ginger just a short time from now. Ginger, a few of your friends there in heaven behind you.
Surrounded by the choir of angels.
Yes, there are 15,000 of them or so.
But we can't wait to get back to you, and we will shortly. As we mentioned, 15 states in the path of totality. How long that lasts depends on really where you are. And even if you're not directly in the path, chances are you'll see that partial eclipse just about everywhere in the country. So really, let's all be part of this together for quite a show we've got ahead of us.
The closer you are to the moon, the longer it lasts. And one of the most scenic viewing spots for today's eclipse got to be Niagara Falls, where thousands have already gathered. Breathtaking in its own right. This makes the iconic landmark even more spectacular, witnessing the celestial spectacle. Let's get right to our senior meteorologist, Rob Marciano, who's there at Niagara Falls. Hey, Rob, what's the mood like there?
Well, Lindsay, you know, make it sound so nice. There's a lot of families here with kids here. I thought about bringing my kids too, but it was questionable because we might see some clouds. That's what we're seeing right now. At least for now, we still have some time. It's been 99 years since a total solar eclipse has come to Niagara and Buffalo. Then it was cloudy too. But, you know, there's no better spot to be, even if there are a few clouds. We're at Niagara Falls, you know, one of the wonders of the world. Look down here in Terrapin Point. The Niagara River drops off at 150 feet at about 500,000 gallons per second. And we've got thousands of people that have poured into the state park since 6 o'clock this morning in the hopes of seeing their first, in many cases, eclipse here. But we've got about an hour for the clouds to break. I do see some brightening. I see a little bit of cloud cover at the edge of your horizon there, David and Lindsay. I want the clouds to clear here, but I want them to put the brakes on where you are so you get to see it in clear skies too. We'll see what happens. It's up to the weather gods now.
We are super hopeful, though, Rob. We remember 7 years ago, and you were a part of this, Rob, that at the last minute in so many of these cities along the way, the clouds kind of parted ways. And even through the light clouds, you see a spectacular show.
There's still hope.
There is always hope. I'm from upstate New York. You cannot give up on hope.
Did we lose him there?
For
I
a
think we
split
lost him.
second, but that means we're going to come back to him when it's time. You know, Whit Johnson, our pal, Whit Johnson, do you know, he comes from a family that is super intense about these solar eclipses.
They traveled 2017. I think it was like 30 people strong. We're excited to hear about his experience there when we go back to Cleveland. No matter where you are in the totality, here is Whit right here. Whit, I got to ask you about that moment that your mom, who we know is a scientist, you guys all traveled together. Give us a sense of what that moment was like in 2017.
Lindsay, David, it was absolutely incredible. And I got to tell you, it was a moment that really changed me. My mom's been an eclipse chaser for years. She's actually down in Mazatlan right now. I'm waiting for her text messages to come through with pictures and everything to tell us how it was. But it was an amazing experience. You mentioned 30-plus members of my family. And here we are to do it again. And Cleveland, I got to say, feels like the center of the universe right now. We got people from all over, Virginia, Wisconsin, Cleveland, California, Pennsylvania, D.C., New Jersey, in the house, right? But I want to introduce you to my friend over here. This is Ethan. Ethan's from Virginia. Ethan, what's going on, buddy? And this is his second total eclipse. You saw the one in 2017, right?
Yes, I was in Nashville for that one.
And what are you looking forward to this time?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the look on my sister's face when it goes into totality. And because she wasn't old enough to remember the one in Nashville. So I'm excited to see her reaction and see how excited she gets.
Well, we're excited with you, Ethan. It's great to meet you. And I'd say that's a big part of this, guys, is the fact that you're experiencing this with the people all around you. And one thing, since we were talking about my mom, one thing that she always says is you're not just going to see it, you're going to feel it. Take in the whole experience, the darkness. As you get that 360-degree sunset, the temperature drops, it gives you chills. You start hearing the oohs and ahs of the crowd. A lot of people have spiritual and emotional experiences. And for me, it kind of left me wondering after in 2017, like, what, as you're watching this big cosmic reminder of the greater forces at play in the universe, you know, what's our role in all of this? So today, I'm looking forward to experiencing all of that with all of my new friends here in Cleveland.
We absolutely love that. We love what that little guy said.
Yes.
I can't wait to see the look on my sister's face. And Whit, I'm going to put you on the spot right here. No pressure here, but if your mom is in Mazatlan, reach out to her and let's try to get her on the air in the next 2 hours, at least on the phone. I want to hear what your mom thought, because we could have done coverage with Whit Johnson and his mom. Team coverage here. Anyway, we can't wait to hear from her as well. Let's hope anyway. We'll see you in a bit, Whit. Thanks, Whit. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home to one of the biggest sporting events in America, of course. But today, the race car capital of the world is teaming up with NASA. Huge crowd turning out for the eclipse. huge crowd of scientists, too, which means Gio Benitez has got to be geeking out. That's his favorite crowd to be a part of.
We have our own Nat Geo there, Gio Benitez on the racetrack.
Oh, gosh, Lindsay, David, I am so excited to be here. I got to tell you, though, I cannot stop looking because already we are seeing that partial eclipse that most of the country is going to be seeing. And I got to say, it's just so special as it is. Right here on the Indy 500's track, pretty big deal here. All of these folks who are standing right there in those stands, they're actually starting to make their way. They're going to be on the track. Some of them are coming in right now, and they're standing, taking photos. Y'all are excited? So exciting here. And I want to bring in, because there's also so much science, and it just turns out that Indianapolis is home to Purdue University, and that's where so many astronauts come from. One of those is Drew Feustel, NASA astronaut. There is so much science that's happening here. There are flights in the air right now, NASA flights. What's the research like?
Absolutely. So they're just trying to get a good close look at the sun, and normally we can't do that without special instruments. This is going to give us a chance to use different optical instruments, telescopes, cameras to look at the sun when it's in its full total eclipse, because the coronal ejections that are coming out and showing us the magnetic field lines that are coming out from the side of the sun, those will be easy to see. For just a minute, it'll be safe for everybody to take a look when it's under full eclipse only. Don't look at the sun when it's peeking out from the sides, but when it's in that total eclipse, it's okay to take a look, and you can see all those features coming out from the side. That's the sun. That's the sun. It's with high activity, and that's what they're looking for. That's what they're waiting for today.
And that's what we're looking for, but also what it does to your soul when you're looking at this and seeing that. And I know for you, that's very powerful.
Well, what's going to be amazing, the first thing is going to get really dark, and not a lot of us have experienced that before. The sun's basically going to disappear, and then it's going to get cold, and we're all going to realize that that sun that's 98 million miles away is actually the thing that's keeping our planet alive. And that's incredible. We take it for granted. There's so many suns out in space. There's so many things like that power other planets and other life forms, potentially. But we know it keeps us alive here on Earth, and we're going to experience that change, that dramatic shift of when it's here and when it's not here, and then back again, fortunately, because we need it.
And absolutely, when you look at this, it is energizing this crowd right now here in Indianapolis. Guys, you know that I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just don't know how I'm going to react during that totality. David and Lindsay, back to you.
We love that about you, Gio, which is why you're right there in Indianapolis with tens of thousands of others and the NASA scientists, and they've got their glasses out already, which we love to see. We know how people across the country are planning to experience this all along the path of the eclipse, but what about the animals? National Geographic explorer Babak Defreshi is hoping to find out. He's photographed 13 eclipses around the world. He plans to document more than just the sun this time. He's got his eye on the animals.
Hello, Lindsay and David. We're here at Frio Cave, Concan, Texas, very close to the Totality center line. This is home to about 10 million Mexican free-tailed bats and hundreds of swallows. We know that the birds are reacting to this midday darkness, but we are not sure about how mammals like bats react. But we're pretty sure that one species of mammals are strongly reacting. Me and my crew have been here busy for the past few nights, setting up different cameras, including 2 inside the cave as the activities started at dusk. We managed to capture stunning photographs of this amazing flux of thousands of bats going out of the cave. We had an unbelievable night, one of the most memorable things in my career. Frio Cave is home to hundreds of swallows, so we know for sure birds are reacting a lot. Even pets and, chickens in farms are going to react very profoundly to the solar eclipse. The question is, are the bats affected by total solar eclipse? And they behave in a strange way and come out of the cave. You're ready for the big moment. Totality is approaching. And even with some clouds around us, according to my previous experience with eclipses, it's still going to be spectacular. Colors on the horizon, amplified darkness due to the clouds is going to create a stronger reaction from the animals. And I hope to take some breathtaking images and send it right away. Lindsay and David.
Babak, thanks to you. I can't wait to find out if the bats actually are fooled by the darkness. But so many of the animals, the birds, you might hear them stop, sort of whistling. They think it's nightfall. The crickets start chirping. Even pets have reacted in previous eclipses. So that's going to be fun to watch as we take people through the afternoon here. Let's look at the clock. 2 minutes, 7 seconds until it crosses into Texas.
And that's where we find our ABC's Maria Villarreal as the path of totality crosses from Mexico into the U.S. She's there in Del Rio, where totality begins at 2:28. Maria, give us a sense of the vibe there.
Lindsay, I mean, can you not feel it coming through the camera right now? I mean, this music behind me from the Del Rio High School Jazz Band is phenomenal, right? So that's the energy and the vibe that is being set here. But on top of it all, we can actually feel the temperatures dropping. It has gotten considerably darker, and every time we get a little break in the clouds, people start to get so excited here. You can just hear the excitement. But I want to introduce you to the band director here. I don't want to interrupt too much here, but you got to tell me, Aldo Morales, you are the band director. How excited is everybody?
Everybody's real excited. This is like once in a generation kind of thing, once in a lifetime kind of thing. So we're really excited in Del Rio to be doing this.
And what does this mean to a community like this, small community on the border? Hablan en español aquí también. What does it mean to the people that live here?
It means a lot because it kind of brings everybody here. Everybody's been planning this for a long time. We have visitors from all over the world really coming down, and so we're really excited for this. It's kind of eerie, and you know.
It's getting creepy, isn't it?
Yes, it's very surreal.
All right, can we get a little creepiness in here? Can you show me what you got here?
Yeah, we have our Del Rio High School Jazz Band. They are a nationally recognized program. They went to the International Band and Orchestra Clinic, and they just came back as champions of the University of Texas Jazz Festival.
Congratulations to them. I'm going to let you go and do your thing right now. It is starting to get much darker here, Lindsay and David, let me tell you. I mean, I'm going to ask Carrie to go ahead and put on the light just so you can continue to see us and what's happening here. You know, as he said, we have spoken to people from all over the world. Finland. I had people from London this morning greeting me and saying good morning to me. We had a family that biked all the way from San Diego, California, just to be here for this amazing moment. And like I said, it's getting there. You can feel the darkness. I'm going to take a moment and let you actually see how this is all looking right behind me.
Ray, it's still extraordinary, even with some of the clouds, and we're looking at the live picture in the box to the left there, and every once in a while you see a hint of it, and it's about 18 seconds from complete totality, but it's almost eerie when the clouds intersect with this moment of totality.
It looks like that horror movie kind of misty moment, but there you are. You have the complete occlusion right there. And it's interesting how it varies from place to place, because for Matt, we saw that 360-degree sunset. There where you are, it looks like you're almost submerged, cloaked in the darkness. Give us a sense for what you're actually seeing.
I want to show you exactly what it would be like if we didn't have the light on us right now. So let's just go ahead and turn that light off. It is absolute darkness. It's actually a bit creepy, I have to say, other than people's phones and lights being shown right now. The fact that it's cloudy here, that it is overcast, is really not bothering anybody one bit. I'm going to put my glasses on for a second just to be extra safe. I'm going to look up. I mean, it is phenomenal to feel this and the energy. Right now, it's giving us a little bit of a show. You can just tell every time we get a little bit of a glimpse of it, people here get so excited. But I can tell you the biggest feeling that I have right now is just that temperature drop and the energy that is coming from the community here. I almost want to be a little bit quiet, David and Lindsay, as this moment, oh my gosh. Wow.
You hear the people celebrating, and it looked like we were about to see a little bit of that diamond. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
You see
You're
those,
getting it. You're getting it. The clouds are moving.
Are those the Bailey's beads that we're seeing a little bit? That those kind of flares are around, slightly around the perimeter there? Now it's dark.
Yeah, now it's dark again. Mariana Van Zeller with National Geographic also there. Maria, stick with us here because Mariana's also there in Del Rio.
Absolutely.
And we're teaming up with National Geographic all afternoon. And Mariana, Maria was talking about the temperature drop, which is just another one of these things that people don't actually expect until it actually happens. Sudden darkness, and then you feel that change in temperature.
David, it does. It definitely feels chillier here. You can see everybody cheering because the sun just came out. It's a little bit, I mean, the eclipse just came out. It's a little cloudy here, but that hasn't stopped people from partying. We've got so many people from all over the country, some that came from all over the world to be with us tonight. today it feels like night because of the change in light. We've got Kelly here, who's a high school teacher, and she's been preparing her students for this moment, for this event since October, right?
Yes, we've been helping out our students get used to what the eclipse means. We saw the annular eclipse back in October. Every single student at the high school got a pair of solar eclipse glasses back in October. We've been presenting to them in classes, and then we got them ready for our total eclipse today. And so we're so excited to just be from a small town, Del Rio, and have to experience something amazing like this. It's been awesome.
It feels like a sport event, but in this case, it's a science event, which I think is pretty cool. We've got a big party here, people with ukuleles. We've got people dancing. The clouds, there are clouds, but sometimes you get some glimpses of the eclipse, and this is really special for people here in Del Rio. I'm going to show you one more thing that I think is pretty cool. We've got a local winery that made a special wine. Check this out.
Yeah, so we're from Poteet, Texas, and we actually created this wine. It's called the Eclipse. It's the only interactive wine for the eclipse in the world. And it was created in Poteet, especially for this event. So thanks for having us, man.
What does this mean for Del Rio?
For Del Rio, it puts us both on the map. And we're going to be enjoying this for the next, 20-something years?
Let's do to it. You see, people here are really ready to party. And it's slowly coming back to light now. I'm going to put on my glasses and see what's happening. Can you guys see?
Yeah. Oh, it's getting bright. It's
amazing. It's getting brighter.
There's this huge fluffy thing in the sky.
Back to you, David.
Mariana, I was thinking that wine would be called moonshine. That seems appropriate as well, given the givens here. But I wanted to talk about, you were talking about how people came from all over the world, and this idea that in 1979, former news anchor, ABC News anchor Frank Reynolds, as you know, talked about how for future eclipses, he had hoped that the shadow of the moon would fall on a world of peace. And obviously, there's not so much of that, but we do see this worldwide unity. Are you getting a sense that obviously this is an event that needs no translation, but are you getting a sense that this is truly a worldwide event in the United States, that people have come to this location in particular to observe this celestial event with the naked eye?
Lindsay, absolutely. But not only that, it is particularly special here in the United States. I've got a couple here, Barb and Bob, who guess what? Guess how they made their way all the way from California to watch the eclipse?
We rode our bikes.
They rode their bikes. How long did it take you guys?
A month.
A month to get here. Is it worth it?
Yes, totally.
Absolutely worth it.
Is it your first eclipse? It's my first eclipse.
Second.
Is it yours?
Second.
Your second.
And this is so much different from Oregon.
Yeah.
In a wonderful way.
It's a special one.
Yes, absolutely. Super
Each
cool.
one is very different.
Back to you, Lindsay. This is an awesome party that will continue here.
Just extraordinary. I love watching darkness come back into light. It's like a second sunrise in all of these locations. So we were joking earlier when I said to Whit, can we get your mom on the phone? Sharon Johnson, are you with us? Can you hear us? We understand you're in Mazatlan.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you loud and clear. First of all, we love Whit. We live, and we're going to bring your son in to listen to this interview. He's going to dive in if we ask you anything not proper here. First of all, tell us what it was like, and thank you for instilling that love of science with Whit and the whole family. You talked about generations of this family knowing the power of these eclipses. What was it like in Mazatlan?
We had been worrying about high clouds for the last couple of days, and it was beautifully clear in the morning when we woke up, but then we got that high haze coming in. But we beat it, you know, we got the eclipse, pretty clear skies, a little bit of haze that might have blocked some things, but it was beautiful. The sunset colors came out in 360 degrees. Birds that hadn't already taken roost just dived out of the sky into the trees. And they stopped singing. I could see Venus. There were prominences all around the top half, bright pink red lights all around the top of the disc in totality. And then there was one prominence at about 4 o'clock that just seemed to blow up while we watched it. Became really large and purple and red, just amazing. Obviously,
and
I'm
told
excited.
that people describe this. Clearly. We're told that this is like a gateway experience that gets even young people excited about science and space and nature. What was it that did it for you, that you've now gone around the world in order to track and follow these eclipses?
It really puts you in your place in the universe. You realize how small you are, how incredibly beyond our capabilities to even understand that the universe is, and it shines it down on you in this incredible visual experience. And the visuals of it are really a surprise if you've never seen them before. And I recommend to Whit, that's why I made to take him, and anybody else I talk to, is make the effort to see Totality if you at all can. It is a remarkable experience in a lifetime.
Well, Sharon, let me ask you about Whit. What was he like as a... I'm kidding here. I'm kidding. Whit is actually standing by. We're going to let him take the floor. Whit, your mom is really impressive. We kind of sense where you got this talent from.
I got to tell you, something about my mom going full 100% nerd on the prominences. I'm all in on that. That is my mom. And I got to tell you, there's something, hearing my mom talk about this live on the air, and I've been hearing these stories as a child for years and years. I feel connected to her now. 2,000 miles away, she's in Mazatlan, I'm here in Cleveland, but we're connected through this path of totality. I'm getting a bit emotional here, I gotta be honest. And the one thing that my mom told me before I saw my first eclipse in 2017 is it's not just what you see, it's what you feel. Because it's a full body experience. You get chills as you experience it. The corona, it feels alive, like a living thing. And so, Mom, if you can hear me, my question for you is, what did you feel today when you saw this eclipse?
I felt the universe. I felt the universe. The people around me, I felt. Some of them had never seen one before, especially the children. And then it was like, oh my, with the darkness. And Whit, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you and this place in the universe where I'm in Mazatlan, you are in Cleveland. David Muir is probably in New York. I don't know exactly, but it is amazing. And you brought tears to my eyes also.
Oh, I love you, Mom. Well, you made me cry before the eclipse even happened. Oh wow!
Well, thank you, Whit, for letting us. Invade sort of the family moment of the eclipse. Sharon, thank you as well. And of course, we're huge fans of your son. We can see where he gets it from. Thank you, Sharon. And we'll get back to you, Whit and Robin. They're standing by at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland as this makes its way through the country. But Dallas is up next.
That's right. Of course, everything is big in Texas. Biggest city. You have Dallas that's along the path of totality. And that is where we find Mr. DeMarco Morgan. Give us a sense of the crowd there.
Oh, Lindsay, good to see you, but say it louder for the people in the back. Everything in Texas is bigger! Yes. We are so excited. And it's extra special for Dallas because the last time Dallas was in the full path of the totality there was back in 1878. The next time, 2317. So this is the time to take it in. But look at my new friend right here, Miss Jenny. She calls herself Big Jenny.
That's right.
Tell us about today.
Today is a wonderful day. And my mother-in-law by marriage and sister-in-law flew in from California, and we all came here to be and have fun and see what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's starting to cool down right now. But tell us, you said you got to shake your change?
Yeah, when it's a fingernail moon, you're supposed to take your change and shake it, and then you'll have a lot of money coming to you.
And what about a total eclipse?
Well, yeah, we've had those, haven't we?
Okay. And also, before we go, we had to get a shout-out to Lorraine and Gabriel because they got engaged on GMA3 today for this special day. We'll send things back to you guys.
DeMarco, we saw a little bit of that engagement, we have to say. Can you ask them how they're feeling now that they've done it on national television and they're about to experience totality, whether there are clouds or not?
Of course. Lorraine, how were you feeling when you got engaged, when he proposed?
Surprised and shocked. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea.
And were your neighbors nervous?
I was nervous, but we've been preparing for this moment for a long time. Friends, family, everything was perfectly put into place.
And you got to show them the ring. Show them the ring. Check that out, David and Lindsay. You like that? Pretty nice there for the couple, but it looks like something is going on right now. All right, guys, put on the glasses. Put on the glasses. Check it out. Woo, woo. Wow. Emerson, where are you? So what are you thinking when you see that?
this is an emotional experience for me because this is an amazing, magical experience, and it's happening right here where I live, and I'm just so excited.
Oh, Alex, what about you?
This is a very memorable experience for me. This doesn't happen very often.
Oh, guys, this is so cool here. And we got some sisters here as well from Kansas taking this moment in. Woo, look at that. Wow. Guys, this is something that I have never seen in my life. Guys, what are you thinking? What do you think about it?
This is just amazing. It is so cool to be a part of it.
Pitch black here in Texas. Wow. Sisters, what do you think?
Amazing.
You guys are on the girls' trip.
That's right. A great trip.
Tell us what's going through your mind right now.
I'm just so happy to have all my sisters here because I live here. So it's just great being all together.
All right, go sisters and go Texas. Guys, we'll send things back to you. It is beautiful here. Wow.
Whoa. Wow, just
Look
an
at
extraordinary sight. It's now, you can see it, the clouds have cleared. Dr. Jen Ashton's also in Dallas. And Jen, I know you're going to be very happy that everybody waited until complete totality before they took off their glasses there. But that is stunning, Jen. Are you able to witness this too?
Oh, you guys, David and Lindsay, it is so crazy here. You're talking about preventing something called solar retinopathy. So I'm here with a bunch of brilliant STEM students, 6th graders, Avery, Hannah, and Kristen. We're going to show you basically, if you haven't gotten your glasses, it's not too late. If you're in different parts of the country, you have these things in your kitchen. This is NASA approved. So easy, you guys. All you need is a cereal box, some foil, a pencil, scissors, tape. You can easily make one of these projectors. The only thing to remember is that when you want to look at the sun, you turn your back to the sun and then you look into the box and you actually see the reflection on the back of the craft paper. But you guys, we saw birds, flocks of birds flying by. We see a lot of insects around us. It got cold and it is dark here in Dallas, you guys. It's unbelievable.
And give us a sense of how some of the students, because a lot of places actually didn't even have school, because really the world is the classroom today. Their reaction, I know for many of them, this is their first experience observing the eclipse.
Yeah. It is, Lindsay, and we have these 6th graders. They are all STEM fanatics. They're going to be our future researchers, scientists, astronauts, doctors, veterinarians. They are so excited about this, you guys, and their teachers here beaming with pride. And Avery, you were telling me that you were looking forward to this for how long?
A really, really long time, like 2 years since the annular solar eclipse here. I've been looking forward to this day.
And Hannah, what about you?
Yeah, me too. I've been looking forward to this for so long.
And Kristen?
Me as well. I've been waiting for this for probably maybe 2 months.
And what did you told me you wanted to be what when you grow up, you think?
I think maybe a nurse practitioner.
I love it. So you guys, the kids are here with their teacher. This is science in action. So we have a little arts and crafts, a little science, a little solar prep. We're in heaven.
And dare I say, this is all contagious. And I hope that it's not just the students there with Jen, but kids watching us across the country and taking this in. And maybe it's going to instill a scientist or doctor or researcher. And there's about 39 seconds left of totality there in Dallas. I do want to go back to Jen one more time here. And Jen, maybe you take off the doctor's hat for a second and just tell us what it's like to look up and to see that, because we had feared that the clouds and the storm systems moving through Texas might obscure the view, but that's extraordinary.
Yeah, you guys, it really is extraordinary. And, you know, I don't remember the 2017 eclipse in New York being as amazing. This is emotional. I don't want our cameraman to get any closer up on me, but I am tearing up a little bit. And you guys, this is just amazing for all of us to go through this together, all different ages, people from all over the world. I met people from different countries here that were here for GMA3, and it's unbelievable.
And you know what? I believe that we're seeing, well, now we see the diamond ring right there, but right before that, we were seeing the chromosphere, which is just that little pink. You can see those little pink marks right along that, where we now see the diamond ring. But just really fascinating how from location to location, we're observing this and experiencing it differently. And you see everybody there?
Yeah.
With their eyeglasses on, making sure that they watch it safely.
So, DeMarco, you thought you were impressed by that real diamond ring and that proposal a couple of minutes ago. Look at that diamond ring effect that you are witnessing there in Dallas right now. People have put their glasses back on, but I'm sure they're just over the moon, so to speak, pun intended, that they've got a chance to see this, that the weather didn't get in the way. I'm just so happy for Dallas.
You know, David, this is so incredible. Again, you're right. People are happy that the weather didn't get in the way. There are actually 12 million Texans who are in the path to actually see this in person. Light is starting to come back out. The sun is starting to come back out. Just an amazing time to be here. And it's about 7,000 people in this botanical garden just spread out across this area. Also, you know, people on the interstate who are pulling over and side roads pulling over just to take this all in. It is just incredible. A hotel sold out. Good luck finding a rental car here. But people are probably standing on the top of their cars just trying to take this all in. But just a ton of fun, guys, and just a wonderful experience here.
And you talk about them taking it all in. DeMarco, you and I have something in common. We're newbies. This is our first time. And so if you could take off your reporter hat for a moment, when you're looking up there, what kind of experience are you seeing? A lot of people say it's something that's difficult to articulate, but I know that you'd be able to put this in some good words.
Oh, you know, I'm big on my faith, so I'm always telling myself and people around me, this is only something that God can do. This is just very magical and very powerful. I know a lot of people here in Texas believe that with me because this is indeed the Bible Belt here, but it's just an amazing opportunity here. And you're right, taking off that reporter hat, I never thought I would see something like this. I remember back in 2017, I was there in New York City, but it was a partial eclipse here. So just to see it actually be daytime with the sun out, then get pitch black, dark, and then go back to the sun here, that is incredible. It is remarkable, Lindsay.
Second daybreak in Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
These sort of sunrises all over again. I'm just loving this as we go on, and I'm just so happy for Texas that they're getting a chance to see it. DeMarco, Jen, thanks so much. We'll come back to you over the course of the afternoon here. Nat Geo explorer and photographer Christine Mittermeier. She's been interested in telling us something I think is super, super important because people are wondering, you know, how are so many of the cameras picking this up? A lot of them have solar lenses, I should say, right in front of the main lens. And she's going to talk us through how we actually take a photograph of our own and how to be safe about it.
Hey, David. Hey, Lindsay. How are you doing? We are here in Niagara Falls, and you can see the falls behind me. And I'm standing right at the border, so I can see on the American side lined up with people. Rob Marciano is down there, and on the Canadian side, there's thousands of people waiting for the eclipse. And it's a little overcast, but we're still going to be wearing our eclipse glasses. And people have been asking, how do you take the perfect photograph? If you are an amateur or professional, you probably have equipment that looks like this, a mirrorless camera with a big lens. You still need to protect your sensor because if you point that lens directly at the sun, you're going to damage it. I made myself a little lens filter with a piece of mylar taped onto the front element of my lens, and I'm going to be putting that on until it's time for totality when I'll take it off. You can also use a neutral density filter like this. But you know, for the vast majority of us, we're going to be using something that looks like this, one of our smartphones. And you still have to protect the sensors on the phone, so you can use this. You can protect it with your little solar glasses. And the best advice I can give you as a National Geographic photographer is to just put the camera down and enjoy the people around you and take this moment in because it is so incredible. Back to you, Lindsay and David.
Christina, that was just incredible. Yeah. That's really a smart tip for us as we go over the course of this afternoon. Is you can just put your solar glasses in front of the lens of the camera when you're taking the photos.
And make sure you have some kind of filter because some people will think that it's good enough to watch through that.
Yeah.
But no, still not.
All right. So we've got some weddings, actually. And
love is in the air. Total eclipse of the heart. Yeah. You know it, David.
Keep going, keep going. You're not going to sing it, are you?
No,
but I trust that you could. I trust that you could.
Only in the shower I do that. But time now for that wedding under the eclipse. Hundreds of couples exchanging vows in the shadow of totality. All just moments away. Let's go over to Maggie Ruley, who's in Russellville, Arkansas. I hear that it's called Russ Vegas for today, Maggie. Love is in the air.
Lindsay, love is in the air. A love bomb has gone off here in Las Vegas because let me tell you, we are just seconds away from totality. Everyone behind me, all these couples just got married. They're going to spend their first moments as life partners entering totality together. It is happening right now. This is amazing. Wait, hold on. We still have to have our glasses on. We're waiting. Do you hear that? Do you guys hear that? That's the foghorn. We can take the glasses off now. Oh my, it is so incredible. Oh my God.
nothing like it. I mean, you feel like it's otherworldly. And imagine this, you guys. We're standing here with 350 couples registered for this event. All of this love. They just said I do minutes ago. And this is their first experience as a married couple standing here in Totality. Oh my, I'm getting cheers just thinking about this. Chills. Just I want you guys to meet this adorable couple behind me here. We went up in a hot air balloon with them during Good Morning America, and we just saw them say, I do. And now they're experiencing Totality. Guys, we talked about what it would be like this morning to witness a solar eclipse. Is it what you imagined?
It's insane.
It is much more than what I imagined. Like, this is just breathtaking. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
When it finally happened, she had her glasses on. I said, take them off. Look up. It's insane.
What's it like to be standing next to your husband during this moment?
Amazing. Like, I know I just keep using that word, but there's just nothing else that describes it. Like, the happiest I've ever been, and to experience this with him, it's really incredible.
Yeah. You're a little speechless.
Yes.
There are no words. And, to get to do this with so many other people sharing the same moment, it's amazing. So,
you guys got to have 2 once-in-a-lifetime events at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll let you enjoy this. Soak it in. Feel the love. I want you guys to come with me, too. There's another couple that I really want you to meet. Oh, my gosh. Hi, you guys. We caught up with this lovely couple before, too. And I want to say I looked over at you when you were exchanging your vows. They were crying and singing to each other, and I saw you whispering to each other, and it was just so sweet. How are you feeling now in this moment of Totality?
It's surreal.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes. It's a great experience that I wish could last for a longer time.
Well, and eclipses are special to your love story, isn't that right?
Yes. Meeting in 2017 on the eclipse. Yes, it's just so awesome being here.
From your first date during the 2017 partial eclipse here in Arkansas, now to your wedding day, or wedding night already. The stars are out. Kind of feels full circle, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
And that's why we wanted to do it. It was a perfect conclusion to our new lives. I mean, the sun and the moon and the earth have become one, and so have we.
All right, I'm gonna let you two alone with that. He's Mr. Romance over here. I think that could be the cutest thing I've heard all day. Okay, I have one more couple you guys have to meet. This lovely couple right here who brought their little dog who also has his glasses on. And you guys are renewing your vows.
Yes, after 21 years. It feels wonderful to be a part of this.
And when did you decide to actually come here and have this moment together?
This morning. I heard it on the news that this wonderful event was happening. And we feel blessed to just be able to jump in the car and come.
Wow.
Great. This is fabulous.
And what's it like to share this moment? 21 years of marriage. I saw you look into each other's eyes during those vows, and I actually thought you were newlyweds. And so when you told me this was a vow renewal, I thought, wow, that is the kind of love that everyone should have.
Oh, it is. We're so blessed, beyond measure.
It's been a wonderful ride.
God has been very good to us. Yes.
Oh, well, enjoy this moment. Enjoy it with your little doggy here. Could be the cutest groomsman I've seen today.
I call him Paco. Oh. This is Taco and Paco, my 2 boys.
And this is Sky.
Sky.
Well, enjoy the love. Enjoy the eclipse. I won't take up too much more of your time.
Hey, Maggie, if we could just jump in. You've got about 10 seconds left of the full eclipse. Just tell us what it's like to witness that. And you're going to put your glasses back on in about 10 seconds here, so be careful.
We just heard the foghorn warning us. You know, I have to say, when they told me I would have more than 4 minutes of this eclipse, I thought, that's a long time. What am I going to do? And it's flown by. When you're in this moment, I mean, there's nothing like it. It's like you escaped to a different world. That temperature drops. And to be here, surrounded by so much love, it truly is a double once-in-a-lifetime event. I will never forget this. I hope you guys are feeling the love. Look at all of these brides and grooms, all of these beautiful, beautiful couples. The sun is coming back out, and like that one groom said, this now is the beginning of the rest of their lives. And I mean,
original song,
what an amazingly awesome way to start your life together. Can you even imagine?
And Maggie, I'm just curious, because that one couple, they were saying how they met in 2017.
First
so
date.
then they waited 7 years to get married. If somebody were to meet today, they'd have to wait another 20 years if they want to get married, at least in the United States. Have they told you at all, before we let you go, what it is about this day that has attracted more than 300 couples to get married during an eclipse?
Some about the sun drop.
Yeah, I think there's just something so special about today. We've heard from a lot of people about mythology dating back centuries about what an eclipse means, but some of the folklore is actually about love. And now to witness this, it truly is a once-in-a-lifetime event. And it's been so beautiful to see everyone using this event as also a moment for them to share their love to one another. Now we're heading into the reception, and I think what you guys are going to find is everyone's coming out of what was really a spiritual moment, those 4+ minutes, just getting married, spending this special time together. Guys, now the party is starting. We are going to have a band here the rest of the day, and you can see everyone is dancing and everyone's in love.
Star-crossed lovers.
Nothing like having your first romantic dance with ABC News and the camera right
Look
next
at
to you.
that intimate moment shared by millions.
Apologies in advance if you'll remember your wedding night, the momentary wedding night when the moon passed in front of the sun, and Maggie Bruley was right there with you.
That's right, unforgettable.
Ginger Z's in Carbondale, and Carbondale, as we mentioned earlier in our coverage, is extraordinary because Carbondale's getting this twice in 7 years. That's almost unheard of. She's also there with National Geographic explorer and astrophysicist Dr. Jedidah Eisler. And Dr. Eisler, first of all, thank you. In the lead up to the eclipse, you have been so great on all of our broadcasts and preparing us for this. And Ginger, tell us about the mood there and the prep and just the extraordinary crowd that's gathered for what you love, which is science.
Science. You know what? This is what a meteorologist and an astrophysicist look like with our jaws on the floor already. David, it is the dimness already of what it looks like. Amazing. The temperature has dropped already 5 degrees. So the meteorological part in our atmosphere has been changing. The wind shifts, but Jedidah, we're about to see it.
Oh my goodness. Watching the moon shadow come in front of the sun and watch all of these people see it too, bananas. I'm so excited. Like, look at it smashing your jacket.
Hey, okay, you're starting to hear the crowd. They are building an excitement. They've done it once before here, but we have way more clear skies. We're going to get a show.
All right.
Oh, do you hear the drum roll?
Drum roll, please.
I hope that's the drum roll and not Okay, hold on. I got scared. But let's look up and see as it just starts to take over, because you're going to be walking us through, and this is your area of study,
Absolutely.
I mean, but it still amazes you, I'm sure.
You know what? I can't get more excited about it. I mean, watching celestial objects move through space and being in their shadow, like,
come on.
Does it get better than that? And I have my own personal excitement about it. My son's first birthday is today, so he's seeing his first eclipse, so.
And you know what? I had my son, who was just 1 year old. Oh, look at us. He was 1 when we were in Nashville doing it. And recently he said, well, this is my second one. But
science gonna have to catch up.
Science does, but you know what? For someone like that, it does spark interest. I watched a thunderstorm on Lake Michigan, and that's how I fell in love with meteorology.
That's right. I've been in love with the night sky forever, and so to get to a place where you can share it, we talked about astronomy being a gateway science, and we're all astronomers right now.
Yes.
We're all astronomers right now.
We sure are. Okay, so here we are, and is this diamond ring yet? Or
so no,
not
we
quite?
haven't yet gotten to the diamond ring.
Okay.
You'll know it when you see it. It's just too good. But you see we're starting to vanish out.
Okay.
And we're going to get towards those Bailey's beads shortly. We don't want to rush the sun
What's
or
a Bailey's
the moon.
bead?
The Bailey's beads are actually sunlight going through the moon's valleys. So we're getting an obstruction of light, but the sun is still so bright back there. Uh-oh, here we go.
Okay,
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
That's the diamond.
Oh, do you see? Do you see it? Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Can I take them off?
Oh my goodness. Ready, go. Take it off. Look. There's the wedding ring. There's the wedding ring.
No way.
Yes, look at the corona. You can see the corona of the sun. People are doing science right now. Also, Venus and Jupiter are visible.
Wow.
You see Venus and Jupiter as well.
Holy cow.
Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty.
I just squealed, and I apologize, but that was a real reaction, because I got, when you see nature in any way, but I got tingles from my fingertips right down my elbows into my knees.
My heart is beating so fast, Ginger. Like, look at that beautiful,
What is
beautiful
that?
spectacle.
Wow.
So you're seeing corona around the sun. Scientists all around the country are looking at that corona and trying to get details that they cannot get any other way. So there's a lot of science happening right now.
And earlier I saw a weather balloon go up.
Correct.
Because
That's
we're
correct.
taking observations.
That's correct. That's correct.
And each time the atmosphere is sampled on the way up right now,
That's right.
This data will be used for hundreds of years.
Yes, and solar eclipses have been used for hundreds of years to understand Earth's rotation.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
Oh, we're geeking out.
Sorry, we're just in awe.
Dr. Eisler, can you hear us? It's David and Lindsay.
You wanted to know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I just was curious if the two of
Yes,
you
I
can
can
hear
hear
us.
you, David.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the corona? Because we know we're at the sort of solar maximum, the end of the solar cycle. So we're actually seeing a lot more than what we saw 7 years ago. Can you tell people at home why that is?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the sun's magnetic field flips roughly every 11 years. And so that's the solar minimum, solar maximum that you were talking about. So in 2017, we were in sort of a solar minimum. Now we're in a solar maximum. And so there's much more activity in the corona itself. You know, we were hoping that there might be some coronal mass ejections, et cetera. I don't see that happening, but you see the tenuous tendrils coming from around the moon's shadow. All of that detail is there because of a more active sun in the background. So it really is a unique moment to catch, to study the science of the sun.
And is that same size? I mean, it feels like it's changing a little. Is it evolving as we watch it?
So so the moon shadow is still sort of flying past us, right? It's roughly 1,500 miles per hour depending on where you are. So it is like shooting past us. So it's slowly moving its way around. And now you're starting, can you see on the bottom, you're starting to see it like pinkish?
Yeah.
So now you're seeing sunlight pass through the moon's valleys and craters and change the light just a little bit. I'll also be a little bit nerdy here and just say that we used a solar eclipse to prove Einstein's theory of general relativity. Oh, so like, just like it's a solar eclipse, it's fine. It's no big deal. So that's like, we're still learning science to this day. So all of that, you see that hazy, ethereal, you can't see that without some sort of obstruction. And the moon shadow just does that job for us.
And it almost felt like the forecast, like the satellite. I was watching the clouds and it pushed it all southeast of the path. Go ahead, Linz.
Dr. Eisler, I have just a quick question for you as well. This is Lindsay here. So what kind of science can we learn as we're watching this with our naked eye? But we know, of course, many scientists, astronomers are actually measuring with very technical instruments. What kind of practical science, what kind of things do we obtain as a result of seeing these eclipses?
Hi, Lindsay. It's good to hear from you. So there's lots that we're learning. So from the ground up, the weather balloons that we just talked about have been going up. That's Ginger's area. I'll let her tell you all about it. We're learning about the ionosphere. We're learning about how charged particles move through the ionosphere with changes to the sun's magnetic radiation. We're learning about the sun itself. Like I said, the corona, we still don't know why the corona is millions of times hotter than the sun's surface. That's an open question in science. And so basically every solar astronomer in the country in this path is asking that same question. So those are two big questions we're still asking.
And those weather balloons will be getting observations all the way through the 4 layers of the atmosphere before we get up there. And I just heard a greedy boo from the crowd, meaning that we are going to see it. There it is.
There, now
the diamond ring.
There we go. Happy birthday, Zion.
Oh, but the boos come because they just witnessed something extraordinary. And you know,
yes, Carbondale.
Ginger and Jedidah, 4 minutes and 8 seconds, though. 4 minutes and 8 seconds of totality. That's so much longer than 7 years ago.
Correct. So that's the beauty of a solar eclipse, right? Every one is different. So in this solar eclipse in 2024, the moon is actually closer to the Earth than it was in 2017 during the solar eclipse. And so you're getting a longer time to appreciate this moon shadow. And really, every time you see an eclipse, you're going to see something different and something special.
That's the beauty of any of our atmosphere and beyond, right? Like everything is quite unique.
It is.
I have to just say that when I learned about storm chasing, when I went on my first storm chase, I remember seeing far out in a field, it didn't hurt anyone, my first tornado. And the emotion that came over me in the power of nature is exactly what I felt here. And that, I can't emphasize enough. You can feel it in your core.
Never gets old. It never gets old. Never.
Well, you guys, it's infectious, by the way. Your love of science and everything celestial. We were feeling it. 1 minute, 15 seconds to the next city, though, so we'll check back in with you both. Thank you so much, Jedidah and Ginger. Indianapolis is up next, and Gio Benita is right there at the Speedway with all of his NASA friends, and I gather a few friends from Indianapolis, too, at this point. Tens of thousands of people turning out, right, Gio?
Tens of thousands. So we have 50,000 right here, David, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is getting quiet. it is getting dark, it is getting exciting, and I've got to say, it's not just the temperature dropping, but we are feeling the chill. Got to look up here for a second because we are just getting closer and closer to Totality. And I have here a mother-daughter duo watching along with me. We've got Charlotte and Eileen. This is your first eclipse. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, this is so cool. More than we thought it could possibly be.
Oh, gosh. What about you, Charlotte?
Yeah, this is so exciting. It's getting so dark.
And you can feel the breeze.
And you can feel the energy. You can hear the crowd right now because here we go. We are approaching Totality right now. What an event to win. Oh, my gosh. Wow. That is absolutely spectacular. Even with the thin clouds that we've been seeing here, you are seeing it crystal clear.
Oh my God.
There's Jupiter right there. That is Jupiter.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Look at. And I've got the Lacey family here.
Jupiter would be to the left, Venus to the right. Can you hear us? Just for people
yes,
watching at home,
and that's
left,
exactly what we see.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so
Yes, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now in the sky, crystal clear, and you're seeing that gorgeous eclipse right now. Incredible to think about the moon, the sun, and the earth all in a perfect line right now. Just absolutely
All
incredible. The
these
Lacey family's
celestial
right
bodies.
here. Yes, all of the celestial bodies, Lindsay, absolutely. And I just want to talk to the Lacey family right here because this is unique because we have two children here. We've got Chet and we've got Addison. He wants to be a race car driver. She wants to be a scientist. You're excited.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Just so cool. Back to you guys. Incredible.
Hey, Gio, I was just curious because we've been talking throughout the show about how this isn't just something you see, but something you experience. And so give us a sense of what you're feeling in this moment.
Oh, Lindsay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about all of the hardships that we cover at ABC News because that's what happens in journalism is that we go and we tell these stories, and so many of those stories are people who are living through their toughest times. And here, everyone is together. Nobody is divided. Everyone is unified and looking up at the sky together and seeing that we really are this small on this planet. And I like to tell people, they say, you know, do you want to go into space? And I say, wait a minute, we are on the best spaceship possible right here, and we could see it out through it with what an incredible window we have out of this spaceship Earth.
Very profound, Gio. Thank you. And we're hearing this repeated over and over again as these moments play out across America. Samara Theodore, meteorologist with ABC News. We know her from Weekend GMA. She's right there in Indianapolis, too. And Samara, just describe the moment.
David, you know, my job is to speak, but right now I am speechless. Carl Sagan talked about how we're this pale blue dot. And I get it. I thought I understood, but now I understand. This is so different than back in 2017 when I was DC and I was in the partial eclipse. What I'm looking at right now makes me feel so small, so insignificant, but so significant. It truly is a humbling experience. And I'm an atmospheric scientist, but this is so scientifically spiritual. Right now, I can see the corona. I can see Jupiter. I can see Venus. I'm almost at a loss for words, but the energy is palpable around me. Everyone, this is unbelievable, right?
This is crazy.
And you feel so connected,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It is just some type of experience that you have to have at least once in your lifetime. I'm so grateful to be here right now. And Gio cried. I said I wasn't going to cry, but Gio, oh my goodness, now I'm about to cry. David, Lindsay, y'all got to take this one. I gotta look for one more second. Oh, look at that, absolutely beautiful.
Well, please, you have 25 more seconds. You should take it in, Samara. For a scientist like yourself, you should absolutely take it in. Jennifer Lopez with National Geographic, not the J-Lo that we know from the radio, but Jennifer Lopez from Nat Geo, the data scientist. And Jen, I know this is extraordinary for you too.
Yes, David and Lindsay. Hi, David and Lindsay. Yes, the other J-Lo. I am
absolutely. I'm beyond emotional. I'm so speechless. Also, as Gio and Smart have been saying, the emotion here, the experience, we just are now starting to see light coming back. And I saw some little hints of solar flares when Samar was talking about the corona and the prominence. And this year, because of the proximity of the moon to Earth, it's just absolutely astounding. I can't wait to see all the incredible science and all the incredible research that's going to come from this moment today. And now we're starting to see a little bit more of the light coming back. And I have to say, also with my colleagues, I'm getting a little emotional myself. And of course, they're playing the score from Space Odyssey, one of my favorite space movies. So it's just absolutely incredible today. Back to you.
And before we let you go, you were talking about some of the solar flares that you were seeing, and we've been mentioning Bailey's beads throughout this experience. And if you can just explain for us, obviously it's named after Francis Bailey, the astronomer, the Englishman, who back in 1836 was able to explain this phenomenon. But just for the people at home and for us, exactly what those Bailey beads are when we see it.
Yes, and actually Bailey's beads are one of my favorite details of watching a total solar eclipse. The Bailey's beads are actually the little hints or glints and shimmering of light. They look like little beads of very bright light that you're seeing that's crossing through some of the valleys and craters of the moon. And so it's absolutely beautiful to catch that. And you see it just before the eclipse, and also just right after you get hints of those lights. Back to you.
Yeah, those tiny slices of lights through the mountains and the valleys of the moon, and it reminds you that the moon's surface is what it is. Francis Bailey, 1836. Yeah, that's our science lesson for each other.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I want to get right back to Robin Roberts and Whit Johnson teaming up for this moment. And the skies are already darkening here in Burlington, which means they must be changing there behind you two.
I have to say, I had to put on the temperature has dropped.
Yes.
So I had to put on the blazer. I had chills. It has nothing to do with the temperature is why I have chills. Just the moment and seeing people so excited to witness it for the first time.
And you see how quickly it starts happening. It's getting darker, and on the horizon, starting to see colors from this 360-degree sunset that will start appearing as we get into totality. And we're deeper and deeper into the umbra, the moon shadow. How far away are we here?
It's happening.
We still got a minute or so before we're in totality. But something to consider here. Forgive me, we're just taking it all in.
It's like what Samaras just said. You know, we're journalists and we're supposed to speak and play-by-play and all that, but you just want to lay out and witness it.
And it's a reminder, too, for people who are in other parts of the country where you'll see a partial solar eclipse. Those glasses always need to be on when you're looking up at the sun. But then there's that moment. There's that moment once we see the diamond ring and we move into totality when we can remove the glasses. And here we are about 30 seconds left as the moon shadow is moving over Cleveland right now in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 25 seconds left.
And the countdown is on. Look at it.
All right, I don't want to miss the scene on the ground. Here we go. Here we go. Any moment, you're going to start to see that diamond ring. The last glimmer of the sun flickering. It's disappearing. We're almost there.
Yes!
3, 2. Here's the diamond ring.
Whoa!
The Bailey's beads. The Bailey's beads. You can take off the glasses now. Look at that. Woo! Yes! Wow!
Exactly what you wanted. Exactly what you were hoping
and
for.
Robin, see how it's moving. You can see the corona, the wispy curtains of the corona there, and the brilliant light. Wow, you can see the prominences. Those are the little bulges around the edge, and the contrast between the blackness of the moon and the brilliant bright white of the corona. Incredible. Some of the pink colors at the bottom, those are the prominences.
Oh,
helmet streamers. We've got helmet streamers. Wow. Okay, that's Venus right there. We can see Venus. Bottom right, we can see Venus. And off to the left, we might be able to see Jupiter.
But there's Venus right there.
That's Venus to the bottom right. And Jupiter's right there. I see Jupiter.
We just saw it.
We got Jupiter. Look at the prominences. They're pink. They are hot pink. unbelievable.
You sound so much like your mom right now.
Right?
You sound so much like your
Like
mom.
mother, like son. I got to tell you, in 2017, again, it was at a minimum level of solar activity. So it is much more active and dynamic now. It's moving. It's dancing for us in Cleveland in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Incredible.
Let's talk to some folks.
Let's do it.
Because we have Kevin and we have Judy.
You got Judy.
Oh my gosh. How far did you all travel to be here?
From Virginia.
Why'd you come?
Because we've never experienced a total eclipse before, and we're about experiences now in our lives. So.
And Judy, you guys were watching Good Morning America, right? And you were like, wait a minute, how can we get there? How did you plan the trip?
It was February, and we were just watching the news, and I said, you know what, it's going to be, if we wait, we'll never get to do it. Let's plan it right now, and let's go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Why wait? No more kicking the can down the road.
No.
Experiencing it. Oh,
so amazing.
I know,
It's amazing.
I feel like I'm being rude. I should look at you, but I want to look up.
You have to look up, too.
Yes. And we have this.
We got some other folks here. We're bringing it. It's so nice.
Come here, honey. Come here, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Judy, for experiencing.
And we don't want to interrupt your view.
You have traveled from where?
San Francisco.
All by yourself?
Yes.
Why'd you want to come here?
It was a last-minute decision, but look at this. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this is everything. It's science. It's beautiful. It's all the people coming together. I mean, it's incredible.
It's this feeling.
It really is.
The universe. Don't you feel the universe?
I do.
Right now?
I do. I feel connected. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it
As
is.
are you.
Thank you. You too.
A lot of people describe an emotional, spiritual. A lot of people describe an emotional, spiritual experience when they see it for the first time. How are you taking this all in?
I'm feeling really grateful, and I was a little teary and very excited, and now I just feel, like I said, connected and just really happy. Really happy. I'm
It's
glad
so
I
great
came.
talking to you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I want to just show this picture right over here because we got Paisley here. This is her first eclipse and her brother Ethan. Paisley, what do you think?
I think this is really cool. I really like it. It's really cool to see. I really like it.
And your big brother Ethan saw the eclipse in 2017, right? And you were so excited to share this moment with your sister. What are you feeling right now?
I'm just super happy. I mean, this is obviously like it got a lot darker here than it did in Nashville. But the look on her face was priceless. So.
Guys, it's so great talking to you. Robin, you got to look. The diamond ring's going to come up at any moment. There it is. Glasses on, glasses on, glasses on. Here we go. And we're going to see this sun, those beams come back. The temperature, we're going to feel it back on our skin. Here we go. Oh, wow.
What an appropriate song right now.
I know. I love it. We got the Beatles taking us home in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Robin, I got to say, sharing this moment with you, too, this is your first. What are you feeling right now? You're feeling it. I know you are.
Woo! It's hard to express the emotions that you feel when you see something like this and knowing that your mom saw it first down in Mexico. The whole totality, people who are going to see it and know that we're all together like this, something I will never, ever forget, and it was special because of you. You got me to stay. I was heading to the airport, and you were like, how could I miss this? And I'm so glad I stayed.
Oh, sharing this moment with you, Robin. I mean, just incredible. You know, the thing that I feel, too, when I saw it last time, and I'm thinking about it here, we spent our whole lives planning everything, trying to take control, right? You know, I'm going to do this so I can get that. I'm going to do this so I can get that job. But in this moment, you realize there are greater forces at play here. And for me, that's a liberating experience.
What you told me is not what I was going to see, but what I was going to feel. Just like your mom said, and that's the truth. It's the feeling. It's the feeling that's indescribable.
I love feeling it with you here. Thank you so much, Robin. And everybody here in Cleveland, guys, I know we're going back to you, but we're just speechless.
But you guys were just extraordinary. And Robin Roberts, I got to ask you, the women's final or this total solar eclipse? Come on.
Which excitement eclipsed the other?
An embarrassment
Robin's
of riches,
most memorable
y'all.
24
Embarrassment of
hours.
riches.
I know.
And Whit, I have to say, you know, if this journalism thing doesn't work out for you, science teacher all the way. And I'm just curious, before we let go, just 10 seconds, what's the biggest difference between this eclipse and the one you saw 7 years ago?
Great question. It's exactly what we were talking about, this heightened period of solar activity. This corona was significantly more dynamic than the one that I saw in 2017. We saw those hot pink prominences all around the moon, the vibrating, the dancing corona, the wispy helmet streamers, the whole thing. It was just, there was more to look at. Also, you felt those chills because the shadow was bigger this time in the umbra and the temperatures dropped.
Did you see the other planets before?
Yeah, I was not able to see Jupiter last time. So seeing Jupiter and, sorry, I'm getting attacked by a bug, Jupiter and Venus, just amazing, guys. Incredible.
Awesome. You guys have been awesome. Robin Roberts, Whit Johnson. We got to get to Rob Marciano and Christina Mittenmeyer. Niagara Falls, they got about a minute left of Totality there. Christina, what's it like?
Well, I have to say I am, unlike everybody else, pretty much alone on this observation deck. And I can hear the cheering of the crowd on the Canadian side and the American side, but I'm all alone up here, and it honestly feels a little eerie. And it's, I guess, that sense that everybody's feeling, that we are very small and fragile on planet Earth, going across the universe all alone, and really all we have is each other. And I think that's what everybody's feeling, this sense of community as we experience totality.
I love that. Very, very, yeah. The message is heard loud and clear, Christina, and to be put on that platform up over Niagara Falls for us to experience it on your own. Rob Marciano on the ground with the folks who've gathered there in Niagara Falls. And Rob, we can see it. We were nervous about the clouds, but you're seeing it.
David, it's been completely cloud cover all afternoon, and just a window of 15 seconds came in. Just now it's starting to brighten up. We're obviously getting out of the end of totality, but the crowd has been so patient here, wanting so badly to get just a small window to see this eclipse. And we got it. I mean, our signal went down. You can't see me, but you can hear the excitement of my voice. Everybody on this broadcast has been crying because of a spiritual look. I've been crying because I thought I wasn't going to see it.
But David said he predicted this. It would clear just in time.
Yes, it's some happy moments here. Hey, I've got Amy Code. It's her 18th birthday. What did you think of your first eclipse?
It was better than anything. When the sun opened up at Totality, I was like so happy.
Happy birthday to you and your family. They drove all the way from Tennessee. We've met so many Americans driving from all over this country, not just to see an eclipse, but to see an eclipse over Niagara Falls. And it wasn't perfect, but they got it done at one of the most scenic sites on the planet, and I can't be more pumped to be a part of it. Christina had a great view. She told us some great stories and ways to capture this on film, but just to experience it in that 15 to 20 seconds, that is a soulful experience, no doubt about it, David and Lindsay.
Just extraordinary to see, and I'm so happy for the people of upstate New York who are experiencing this too. And you know what, Lindsay? Over and over again, it's happened for people. People were so nervous about the clouds, and the power of the universe spoke loud and clear. So we're in Burlington.
Yes, you can see right behind us. It's already, darkness is falling.
2 minutes, 31 seconds until Totality.
It's definitely colder.
Much colder, right?
Mean, you know,
I can't see you, but I'm going to look up.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's a smart idea. Now, let me put my glasses on, and you can see slowly the sun is vanishing.
And you can
it's
hear
just inching toward the hoots of the crowd here. Some people watching this, because we're on Lake Champlain, many people are out on boats. But listen, people are like hooting and hollering. You hear some of the little kids. But all of a sudden, just as the darkness is falling, you hear the silence starting to emerge, even though there are thousands of people along this shoreline. But aside from a few little screams there from the kids, you can hear everybody is just kind of taking this, marveling at this, kind of very quietly, very personally.
This is an extraordinary community, don't you think, Lindsay?
Oh,
we felt it the moment we got here on Lake Champlain. The temperature, it's extraordinary, the difference. The temperature drop here. The cool air, and we could feel it even as, you know, Robin and Whit were on experiencing the solar eclipse at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The temperature was already dropping here 2 stops later.
Yes.
And the path that this is traveling is speeding up as it travels across the U.S. You can hear the cheers of the crowd. Let's listen for a second.
Yes.
We're getting very close here. Expecting to perhaps see the diamond ring effect or even Bailey's beads. We'll see if it happens here for us, Lindsay.
And you see just the moon still just slowly inching across, but it is an eerie feeling. I mean, it really looks like this would be dusk on any other given day. But people all with their heads to the skies, to the heavens, people taking it in just all various ways. Of course, I said this is my first time. People describe this as a supernatural, as a spiritual experience. I have to say that there's nothing like this that I've ever experienced in my life before. And the crowd's starting to cheer here.
Yeah, let's listen to the crowd as this goes into totality. Just a few moments left before it completely disappears.
See just that remaining sliver.
The swell of the crowd, and we'll see that corona here moments from now.
And there we go. There we have it. We can take our glasses off, I guess, at this point.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. That is just
stunning. Wow.
Oh, it does. It really does. It leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
That was exactly my thought. Oh, look at the birds. You see the birds.
The birds are flying right across the lake here.
Perhaps just a little bit of confusion from them. But we also see, if you look to our left and our right, we have that kind of 360-degree sunset that everybody's talking about. But look at all the birds just over the horizon there.
And just to give people a sense at home as they're watching this play out today, this is like the most beautiful post-sunset moment on Lake Champlain. The mountains and the hills surrounding the lake are backlit right now by what looks like the most beautiful sunset you could imagine. The skies are clear.
And if I'm trying to remember from that science lesson that we had,
Venus and Jupiter.
Is that Venus? Okay, I don't know if we can see Jupiter.
I don't see Jupiter to the left.
Okay.
Venus to the right here. We're definitely seeing Venus.
And you see, look at all the mosquitoes all of a sudden started coming out. We have lots of activity from the animals in the sky.
The birds were just racing across the nighttime
Yes,
sky
and still
here.
Are.
And we knew that, they were talking earlier, our friends at Nat Geo, about how the animals really do become confused. Particularly, I would think, not only by the shift in light, but the shift in temperature. The differential is really something.
It really is. And
we have 1:37 seconds left. And I have to tell you, Lindsay, I know you're a newbie to this.
My
I've got
first
one
time.
under my belt. The length of totality compared to 7 years ago, it's really an extraordinary
Almost double
difference.
the time.
Yeah.
And people describe it as, I think the longest one for here in the United States was 4 minutes, 29 seconds. That might have been in Mazatlan, Mexico. But people talk about this being, ecstasy. These 4 minutes of ecstasy. And that's why in a number of places we saw people start to boo once it was over. Because you really can't take enough. I'm actually conflicted as far as, do I look at that beautiful ring in the sky, that halo, or the 360-degree sunset? I find this just
It is stunning.
stunning.
The backlight hitting all the sailboats sitting here quietly along Lake Champlain. The water is barely moving. It's like ice. It is really, truly breathtaking here in Burlington, Vermont. Flying in, Lindsay, and I'm not sure if you had the same experience, everybody on the plane was flying into Burlington for this moment.
Yes.
And I just feel so happy for all of the people who got on planes and in their cars and traveled with families and loved ones. Because, first of all, you'll have to wait another 20 years before you feel this again. But because they wanted to experience something today that we can all experience together as a country.
And as I was talking about earlier, that couple that I spoke to at breakfast today, they had the blackout Burlington, and they had flown from Detroit, where there was going to be 99% coverage.
There's the diamond ring.
The diamond ring is beautiful. It's even prettier to witness, actually, now in person than what we've been seeing
Wow,
on the sky. But I am so happy for the McDonald couple and all of the thousands, tens of thousands who are gathered here there was a big concern that right at 3 o'clock.
I think we can put our glasses back on now because we're past
okay,
Totality.
Yes, it's starting to come back out. Thank you for saving my eyes there.
I'm just, you know, as we were preparing for this, you know, your retina doesn't have sensors. It can't sense the pain they tell you, so your eyes have no idea the damage. That's why we wanted everyone to be safe today. Wow, and it's like morning again in Burlington. You know, I got up early for Good Morning America this morning, which is always a wonderful thing about that show, is that you get to say good morning to the country and watch the sun come up, but now we get to do it a second time here.
And pardon us having our backs to the screen here, but it's just something to really marvel. And now what I'm seeing is that the TV doesn't do it any justice.
It doesn't, right?
To witness it.
We're glad you're with us here today.
Oh, of course.
But for those who are seeing it in person, I'm completely with you.
Yes,
but
I
it's
don't
true.
want to turn away.
We hope you're loving it at home,
channels.
but it is incredible in person. That really, the diamond ring was really...
Yes, spectacular. A lot of people still actually haven't put their glasses back on, but I guess that is the smart
Well, they're
thing
taking
to do.
photographs now, right? But there are people lining the shores of Lake Champlain here and really in every direction. And now to watch everything backlit like it's morning, like an early morning dawn here in Burlington, Vermont. And we knew this was going to race across the country, but I didn't quite expect for it to go this quickly, right?
It's still like 4 minutes has never gone so fast. We really could take more. I mean, it's just something, and you want everybody to experience it. And that is, you know, something that we continue to hear, a sentiment that has been shared from city to city along this stop, is knowing your space in your place in space, really, right? And just how we are, just all these little dots. It really gives you perspective just in this one small galaxy, just how, I guess, reliant we are on all these things that are happening out of our control around us, and this really gives us that perspective.
It sort of puts us in our place in all the right ways, right, Lindsay? And you and I have talked about this on all the big stories we've covered together, whether it's politics in our country or natural disasters or traveling to Ukraine, the war overseas, Israel and Gaza, of course. And we know it can be heavy for people at home, all of the news. And I just hope that today was a break for America and for people to sort of remind themselves that we've got a lot much more in common. You know, what connects us is much stronger than sort of the polarization that we hear often.
Exactly. As I was mentioning before, this is universal. There's no language that you need. Even as Robin was saying, you know, she didn't have the words in the moment. And I think that quite often people think of the news as despair. And this is something that we can all kind of rejoice about. Just kind of take a break and have that breathtaking moment in staggered spaces across the country.
So this was Burlington, Vermont. This is going to go to Maine next before this then goes to the far eastern reaches of Canada. Are we in Totality in Holton, Maine? We are in Totality. Look, there's the image right there. Forgive me as I hold my hand to the camera here because the light is shifting so rapidly here as it becomes daylight again. But what a beautiful sight in Holton, Maine as this prepares to exit the continental United States
go
and
into
then
Canada,
into the eastern reaches, Nova Scotia, right?
Canada, and then off back into the Atlantic Ocean. This really was kind of like a gigantic Nike swoosh from the Pacific Ocean up to the northeast into the Atlantic Ocean, where it'll finally make its final sunset, so to speak.
This, when it crossed into the United States, traveling from Mexico into the U.S., it was traveling at about 1,600 miles per hour, up to 1,850 miles per hour as it reached Indianapolis, 2,500 miles per hour when it hit upstate New York. And it's going to exit the United States, that part of the journey, at about 3,041 miles per hour. But just look at the corona here, because we've been talking about the difference between this year's solar eclipse and the one 7 years ago. This comes during what they call solar maximum, during the end of sort of that 11-year cycle of solar activity. And they were saying that's why you're seeing the far reaches of the plasma there, which, by the way, is an astounding 2 million degrees. That's why we're seeing what we see. But this is far different, Lindsay, from 7 years ago. Just
7 years ago when you saw it, we didn't have that halo
It was a much thinner
effect?
line. It was a much thinner line, sort of a glow, but not this one where it sort of reaches off. And they were saying
this is a dream for scientists everywhere, right? I mean,
and for those of us who are doing our best.
Yes.
Well, we're not pretending, but we are definitely giving it our best. I hope people think. But that's just extraordinary. And the diamond ring, that for me was just
Stunning.
Wasn't it?
I had seen the pictures, I had done the research, I had read the articles, but nothing compares to just seeing it and just taking it in. I'm sure that young lady who got proposed to on the ground there in Dallas today, the diamond ring she has, I'm sure she is marveling at, but this is one diamond ring I'll certainly never forget.
They won't forget it, and I won't forget who I was standing next to either for this extraordinary sight.
Cross my lucky stars being here to witness it with you.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back with more right after this. Breathtaking, as you can see, and speechless.
ABC News and National Geographic's coverage of Eclipse Across America is brought to you by Verizon Business.
My name is my brand. My store, my design business, we're exploding.
In a good way.
But my old internet was not letting me run the show.
It needed a total redo. Ugh.
So we switched to Verizon Business Internet. Easy. They have business-grade internet nationwide. Fast, reliable, and easy to set up.
Boom. Instant makeover.
Now this room, it's really working.
Make the switch. It's your business. It's your Verizon.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Now during Chevy truck season, get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2024 Silverado 1500 models. Or get $5,000 total value on Silverado LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your Southern California Chevy dealers.
If you're living with severe alopecia areata, the latest FDA-approved treatment is here. Now revealing Litfulo, the first and only once-daily prescription pill for both adults and adolescents 12 years and older. In just under 6 months, some people taking Litfulo saw significant hair regrowth that covered 80% or more of their scalp.
Litfulo can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, lung, skin, and other cancers, serious heart-related events, and blood clots can happen. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor are at increased risk of death or serious heart-related events. Don't take if allergic to Litfulo, as serious reactions can occur.
Now revealing Litfulo. Ready to see for yourself? Talk to your dermatologist about Litfulo.
Whenever news breaks,
the crush of families here in Poland.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
Reporting from Uvalde, Texas.
ABC News Live is right there everywhere.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike in Dnipro, Ukraine.
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
From Charleston, South Carolina, on the 2024 campaign trail.
From Kathmandu, Nepal.
In Truckee, California, covering record snowfall.
Traveling with the president in Mexico City.
Wherever the story.
Here at this airport in Tampa, it's already shut down.
Reporting from the nurses on the picket line.
Reporting from Jerusalem.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Streaming live to you.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is. We're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live. Streaming free everywhere. America's #1 streaming news.
Hi, this is like the new chapter. This is fire. They're not just sneakers. These sneakers tell stories.
Who are these guys?
Wow. I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
You talk about graphs? Well, this is ours.
This can actually change the game.
It's lunchtime in America, so what are we serving up?
Well, how about everything you need to know?
That sounds pretty good.
Your health, your money, breaking news, music, and of course, good food. A third hour of GMA in the afternoon.
So join us, Afternoons.
For everything you need to know. I love that.
You're watching America's #1 streaming news. Keep streaming with ABC News Live. Back to ABC News and National Geographic's coverage of the eclipse across America. Here once again, David Muir and Lindsay Davis in Burlington, Vermont.
Welcome back to live coverage here on ABC News National Geographic, our special event, the Eclipse Across America. And look at beautiful Lake Champlain back in the light. It's like watching the sun come up twice here in beautiful Burlington, Vermont. And Lindsay, they queued up that moment that you and I were talking about again in the break. And if we could just show everybody at home, because this is truly one of the most extraordinary things I will ever remember seeing, particularly with you, Lindsay, is that diamond ring moment.
All the more memorable to witness this moment next to a star.
Yeah.
So, David, thank you for kind of holding my hand through all of this. But, yeah, it's a fleeting phenomenon that I will forever remember. I hope that young kids were able to witness this moment. And again, as we've been talking about, just how this could potentially change their trajectory and encourage them to embrace science and nature and art. Just fascinating.
And, you know, maybe one of the young minds watching today in person in one of these cities in America will want to be the next astronaut on the International Space Station. We're getting our first images, our first reaction from the ISS. Gio Benitez is in Indianapolis. He covers aviation and space for us. And Gio, what are the NASA astronauts reporting in from their view?
And you know what? We've been talking about how special and rare it is, what we've been witnessing here in person. But this image, this video is extremely rare and special for the viewing audience right now, because Drew Feusel, again, NASA astronaut, is with me. And you were telling me that this image perhaps is unlike any other that we've seen because everything aligned perfectly.
Yeah, it's really serendipitous, right? The only reason we got that shot is because the space station happened to be flying over the northeast U.S. right at the exact time that the eclipse path, the shadow, was coming across the nation. So at that moment, everything has to happen at the same time. NASA trained their high-definition external cameras on the shadow, and you could see that black spot moving across the country. And then it was gone because ISS is traveling at 17,500 miles an hour. That shadow's moving fast. You saw how quickly it got from Indianapolis out to Maine. It was a matter of, 10 minutes or something. Next thing we know, we're looking at it out there, and then it's going to go off the coast. So to have all those things line up, the sun, the moon, the spin of the Earth, the space station, it doesn't happen very often. Just like an eclipse doesn't happen very often, but it's pretty incredible to see it.
And that is why you and I have officially declared this the perfect eclipse. The perfect eclipse.
And I hope that tonight, Purdue's game eclipses the eclipse we saw here today in Indianapolis.
Thank you so much, Drew Feusel, NASA astronaut. Thank you so much. Lindsay and David, back to you guys.
Thank you, guys.
And Gio, thank you so much. When we started our coverage, David, of course, we mentioned how the eclipse might affect animals. I want to bring back in Nat Geo's Babek Tafreshi to see what he learned. So, was it true? Did the bats have a reaction to the eclipse?
Hello, no, not the bats, but swallows, in fact. We had a cave filled with swallows during the eclipse. I was monitoring them. There was a camera inside the cave, and all the swallows came back. And just a few minutes ago, we saw them go again to the sky. But during Totality, there was one group of them left in the sky, and we captured this moment of corona and swallows and some raptors around them. It was interesting, the shortest eclipse I have ever seen, because it was 4 minutes, 20 seconds, but we only had a window of 5 seconds. This is probably one of the most challenging eclipses I've dealt with. After the sandstorm in Kenya, this was the most challenging. And it opened up in an overcast sky just 5 seconds before Totality. We had the diamond ring, we had the Bailey's beads, we had a little bit of corona, and then it disappeared, and we had the darkness all around. And we, of course, lost all our audience because everybody left maybe 1 second after Totality, but there are still some dedicated astrophotographers, eclipse chasers left here with us. Thank you, everyone.
So bottom line, it would seem the bats were not fooled, but the birds did travel as soon as the light changed and the temperature shifted.
That's right. The temperature dropped notably 10 degrees Fahrenheit on average. And I still have some cameras running. One is focused on a number of cacti flowers which completely closed during Totality. It was great. And I had another camera on a beehive, which I checked them 10 minutes before. There was no activity. They stopped buzzing during the Totality. So these footage, I'm still going through the video inside the cave with swallows. But I had this wide-angle shot of the Totality through one of the skyline where the bats are coming in. And that was probably one of the best shots, as well as a close-up of the diamond ring.
Well, that's extraordinary. I love what you do. It makes us even more interested to hear it straight from you. Thanks so much, and to hear that the bees stopped moments before Totality, stopped the buzzing.
13th eclipse, by the way, and we witnessed the same thing with the birds. Now we have some seagulls, but other than that, the birds have gone back.
Yeah, and they were kind of flying directly, like right across horizontally. It was really something, and quickly they shifted sort of their behavioral pattern. We'll have to go back and look at the tape because it was crazy going right behind us. We're going to be back with much more. We're going to check in on the wedding. Robin Roberts, Whit Johnson. Maybe we'll check in on Whit's mother, Sharon Johnson, a valuable member of our team here today as well. We'll be right back.
And send in your pictures as well.
Eclipse Across America, right? The hashtag, and we'll be right back.
ABC News and National Geographic's coverage of Eclipse Across America is brought to you by Verizon Business.
My name is my brand. My store and my design business were exploding.
In a good way.
But my old internet was not letting me run the show.
It needed a total redo. Ugh.
So we switched to Verizon Business Internet. Easy. They have business-grade internet nationwide. Fast, reliable, and easy to set up.
Boom. Instant makeover.
Now this room, it's really working.
Make the switch. It's your business. It's your Verizon.
Whenever news breaks,
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike.
ABC News Live everywhere.
Reporting from Jerusalem, from Uvalde, Texas.
On the 2024 campaign trail.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Wherever the story is,
We're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live, streaming free everywhere.
Now with Hulu on Disney Plus, your favorites are in one place.
Hulu on Disney Plus. Our class is much bigger this year, so let's take a roll call. BB-8. Belle.
Hello.
Bluey.
Hello.
Chewie. Stewie.
What?
Steve.
How can I help you? This is a fun twist.
Who else? Percy.
Hey, guys.
Professor.
Help! I'm trapped in some sort of tile. Hulu on Disney Plus. Available with Disney Bundle. Sign up now. Plan starting at $9.99 a month.
The First Snowman is the best horror movie of the year. The prophecy has begun. It's an unchained cinematic beast. The First Snowman, rated R, now playing only in theaters.
There's danger everywhere. But danger had never looked quite like this before.
Can you keep a secret?
This girl, Rena Burke, she's been missing for 3 days.
Young girls were the ones we were supposed to protect. Not be protected from. Take me under the bridge.
You're watching America's #1 streaming news, ABC News Live.
Now with Hulu on Disney Plus, your favorites are in one place.
So let's take a roll call. Kim, Chloe, Courtney, Chris, Kendall, and Kylie.
So here. Present. Where are we?
Calabasas? No, we're on Hulu.
No, girls, we're on Hulu, on Disney Plus.
Elsa.
Yes?
Pocahontas.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon?
I have not. Just how big is this Hulu on Disney Plus class?
Hulu on Disney Plus. Available with Disney Bundle. Sign up now. Plan starting at $9.99 a month.
You're watching America's #1 streaming news, ABC News Live. Breaking news, exclusives, live reporting. Keep streaming with ABC News Live.
It's not just a hotel, it's a fantasy.
In here, you can expect to find crystal clear audio, expansive display space, and more comfort for everyone. But we still left room for all the unexpected things you'll find out here. The new 2024 Grand Cherokee lineup. Jeep, there's only one.
During the Jeep Celebration event, get the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee, starting at $38,290 MSRP. Visit Jeep.com for details.
ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Back now live in Burlington, Vermont. It's been an extraordinary experience today here with Lindsay Davis and our entire team at ABC News and National Geographic. And you and I were talking during the break about these couples. The one woman who said, you know, we had our first date 7 years ago during the last eclipse, right? And they were just one of the many couples we saw get married today.
Yes, we attended that incredible wedding for more than 300 couples married under a total eclipse. It's now time for an unforgettable reception. I think you just needed $100, and that got you the cake, the champagne. You just had to bring your dress.
And Maggie Rulli.
Exactly. And we're going to go back out to Maggie Rulli in Russellville, Arkansas. What's happening now, Maggie?
Hey, wait. Just $100, you get your entire wedding. Well, now they're really making it official. Guys, this wasn't just a fake wedding. These are all legitimate, real, legal marriages. And now they're waiting in line to get their marriage certificate. Look, you can see them all. Hold up your marriage licenses. This is so exciting. You guys are making it official. Country music star Craig Wayne Boyd, he was the officiant. He sang the first dance. Now he has to sign every single marriage certificate, guys. Love is in the air.
They'll always remember this day, Maggie, for their rings, the wedding, the dance, and Maggie Rulli standing right next to them for their wedding.
And a camera as they share that intimate moment.
Maggie, you were extraordinary. Thanks so much. When we come back here, millions of Americans sharing in the eclipse across America, your images you've sent in that you've shared with us here today. We're back in a moment, right here from Burlington, Vermont.
Whenever news breaks,
The crushing families here in Poland.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
Reporting from Uvalde, Texas.
ABC News Live is right there everywhere.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike in Dnipro, Ukraine.
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
From Charleston, South Carolina, on the 2024 campaign trail.
From Kathmandu, Nepal.
Truckee, California, covering record snowfall.
Traveling with the president in Mexico City.
Wherever the story.
Here at this airport in Tampa, it's already shut down.
Reporting from the nurses on the picket line.
Reporting from Jerusalem.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Streaming live to you.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is. We're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live. Streaming free everywhere. America's #1 streaming news.
I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot without ever having a chance to share my side of the story.
Aaron Carter's life story in one sentence.
The drugs, the drinking, everything goes back to tragedy.
I just know I've turned it around, and I've got a lot to say. There's always two sides to every story.
Whenever news breaks,
The crushing families here in Poland.
Here in Kentucky, no match for the tornado.
From Monterey Park, California, on the ground in Ukraine.
Reporting from Uvalde, Texas.
ABC News Live is right there everywhere.
From the scene of that deadly missile strike in Dnipro, Ukraine.
Reporting from the earthquake in Turkey.
From Charleston, South Carolina, on the 2024 campaign trail.
From Kathmandu, Nepal.
Truckee, California, covering record snowfall.
Traveling with the president in Mexico City.
Wherever the story.
Here at this airport in Tampa, it's already shut down.
Reporting from the nurses on the picket line.
Reporting from Jerusalem.
Here at 10 Downing Street in London.
Streaming live to you.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is.
Wherever the story is. We're going to take you there.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live.
You're streaming ABC News Live.
ABC News Live. Streaming free everywhere. America's #1 streaming news.
I'm a psychological criminologist training the next generation to learn how to probe the mind of a convicted murderer.
It really became more of an addiction.
Do we think he's a psychopath?
The lesson is murder. Now streaming only on Hulu.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
And that's why at Good Morning America,
we're right here.
And we got you.
We got you. We got you.
Why do so many people start their day here?
This is Start Here.
To be in the know and get a different take on the day's top stories. Listen now to the Daily News Podcast honored with 4 Edward R. Murrow Awards. Start Here, ABC News. Make it your daily first listen, wherever you get your podcasts. Start Here. ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Reporting
from the site of the Key Bridge collapse aboard a ship with the Army Corps of Engineers. I'm Elizabeth Schulze. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there. You're streaming ABC News Live.
You know, there have been so many breathtaking moments here, so many favorite moments, but we were saying one of our absolute favorites were our pals Robin and Whit. Look at this.
Yes! 3, 2, where's the diamond ring? Whoa! The Bailey's beads! The Bailey's beads! You can take off the glasses now. Look at that! Woo! Yes! Wow!
They were the perfect pairing, really, because she just had her moans and her grunts that said so much as he translated the moment there. But it really is, as Robin said and so many others, this ethereal beauty that it's difficult to articulate.
Yeah, and Whit was following in the footsteps of his mother, who once explained it all to him. So, Robin and Whit, have you recovered?
We don't know what you're talking about. So. We were very dignified throughout. Of course, David.
Very professional.
We're very professional. But no, you know what? It was wonderful. No, I can't overstate having this man by my side.
Oh.
You know, you told me when to take off the glasses and all of that. But when we were talking to everyone, just this universal feeling that one gentleman was all the way from Washington, and he said it's a moment. You know, he was a big burly guy, and he had tears in his eyes. Never forget it.
For me, the word of the day is connection, right? The connection with all the people here in Cleveland from all over the place. The connection with my mom 2,000 miles away in Mazatlan. And frankly, the connection with you, Robin. It's like, as my mom said, it's not just what you see, it's what you feel. And the connection with the people all around us and the millions of people all across the country who shared in this experience with us. And it feels good. My face hurts from all the smiling and the cheering.
And can we thank our crew here?
Absolutely.
And I know everybody wants to thank. We are one ABC News. We proved that today, but every single location was absolutely spectacular. And it's just something that I know I will never forget.
100%.
If I had to put together a resume reel, which I don't have to do, I'm very happy where I am.
I think you're
this
good.
would be on the resume reel. It was an experience.
Yeah, Robin and Whit, you guys
Thank y'all.
are not going anywhere, that is for sure. We just wanted to thank the crew here, too. You took the words right out of our mouths. And to see those moments today when the lenses shifted and they put in the protective lens, the people behind the scenes here did an extraordinary thing today. Well, thank you for joining us here for this special moment, this rare shared moment for the country. Everyone sort of in this together here today. And a special thanks to our teams in the field, Mexico to Maine, the extraordinary effort across ABC News and National Geographic.
And we asked for your photos of the eclipse across America, and you delivered. Let's take a final look at just a few of our favorite moments as we say goodbye.
We'll see you a bit later for World News Tonight. For Lindsay Davis and all of us here at ABC and Nat Geo, thanks for watching the Eclipse Across America. We'll see you in about 20 years.
That's right. We'll do it again in 2044, David.